we are live almost. Just wait for this. Yeah, I think we should be streaming. Yeah. Okay. I think we are. Yeah, we are live. Okay, we are live. And hi guys. Welcome to the IPL 2024 preview show on Cricket Krishna. Your host Cricket Krishna. I'm on the YouTube channel. And today we have Anurag with us from you would have seen him in the India England preview shows that we did. And joining us today, we have two new special guests. We have Kushagra Dudeja, the Instagram rock star.
Arey,
Uh, Kushu talks cricket. Welcome to the show, man.
thank you
Welcome.
so much for lovely welcome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Great to be here.
and we have an Instagram somebody who's a passionate cricket fan, somebody who's an absolute lover of cricket. And he messaged me on Instagram, said he wants to be a part of the stream. Sanshu Mahalwal, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Krishna. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, today we're going to be discussing about the IPL 2024 starting in 3 days. How are you guys feeling? Excited for the IPL?
Oh yes, very excited. I mean, especially with the final that happened last year. I think this year is gonna rock as well.
Yeah, I'm expecting big things this year. I'm hoping for a sort of a very like close IPL. I don't want it to be a CSK MI domination like it usually is. Uh, but and also we just had RCB women winning the Women's Cricket Premier League. As
Yeah.
as a Bangalorean, I'm actually not a RCB supporter, but
Oh
for
man, that was a googly.
yeah, but for I did support the women, so I was happy for that the women won. And yeah, it's in general, like, I think it was a great result. The RCB women team played brilliant cricket, absolutely brilliant, pulling out wins from nowhere. That eliminator
Yeah,
game from nowhere against Mumbai in the whatever the knockout match, the quarterfinal
Yeah.
match, again from nowhere. So it was beautiful to see. Great result for RCB women. But without further ado, let's get into the IPL. Let's start with our first team today, starting with Lucknow Super Giants. I want to go to you, Anurag. Initial thoughts on Lucknow.
I think as a very new franchise, they've done pretty well, even though they've not won the championship. But I think the first attempt they've gone on to go to the knockouts, and probably the second wasn't that great. I think the main failure would be their batting. I would credit that to the batting because I've seen Rahul be the mainstay of the batting, but it wasn't to ensure that they win matches. So this time they'll have to rectify that problem where even though if Rahul stays for long, he has to ensure that he finishes these matches. So I'm keeping my bet on Rahul to get the orange cap again.
Kushagra, I mean, actually, let's just kind of put up the squad here. So we have the squads. Sorry, let me just go to Lucknow here. Yeah, so we have Lucknow's squad here. Like, first thoughts on this squad. Like, I mean, they had a decent auction. Like, they brought in Shivam Mavi. I think just they needed a few things just to add to the lineup. So I think the team looks fairly good. What do you think? Right, right, right.
we have to choose, someone from these players for the impact player as well. But I like, what we've been hearing that maybe KL Rahul will bat in the middle order, maybe.
Yeah,
And if he bats in the middle order because he's, auditioning for the World Cup, right?
right.
So I like, Quinton, if Quinton is in good form, although he wasn't in good form in SA20.
Yeah.
His average is around 19. So today I was looking, at a preview. So yeah. So if we say, Quinton and David Padikkal opening,
Right.
and if they
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Correct. Mm. Yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, I definitely pitch. I mean, there are reports that games can be moved out of Delhi, Lucknow, even Bangalore also. So I'm not sure exactly how, where exactly that lands up. They haven't really. These are all just rumors right now. But I think it looks like the one of the games right now, at least for now, they should be scheduled at Lucknow. So that
But I
looks like
think,
it.
for example, Delhi's games have been scheduled at Vizag, right?
Yeah.
But the Lucknow people have been practicing at Ekana,
Huh.
so I think they'll be starting their matches at Ekana only, I suppose.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's there.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see whether Rahul continues to open or whether Rahul
yeah,
goes down the middle order. Personally speaking, I mean, I was just looking. I was making my sort of playing 11s
yeah,
for like each team, and I just felt that it makes more sense for Rahul to bat down the order because he's been in that form. He's been
yeah.
playing well, and also another thing is like Rahul. Historically speaking, he's got, yes, of course, he's an orange cap, run getter all the time. But the thing is that when like, I think there was a stat last year when Rahul was playing that, he would, whenever he would open the innings and he would play more than 15, 20 balls, Lucknow's totals would be like 150, 160, 140 something. And then when he would get out within the first 10 balls, they would make 180, 190, 200 type totals,
Yeah.
right? So, if you allow Rahul, if you like Rahul, I think if he plays in the middle order, he's kind of under pressure to actually score runs a lot quicker, and I think he does
Mm.
better. He shines better in the middle order
Mm.
when he's done. He did really well for India in the World Cup, right? I think Rahul should play, and also giving Padikkal that freedom to open because Padikkal
Yeah,
does not play well at number 3 or number 4, right?
true.
So giving Padikkal that freedom, and then playing with alongside an anchor like Quinton de Kock, or even you can even try out Kyle Mayers in that position. He was really good last year for Lucknow. So like having that, I think, and then Huda at 3, Rahul at 4. Then you allow guys like Stoinis, Puran, and Krinal
Yeah,
at 5, 6, 7, right, to come and just
yeah.
like batter at the end. I think
Mm.
that gives it a good like stability. Sancho, I want to ask you, what do you think about Lucknow's playoff chances? You think they're gonna make it? You think mid-table?
Yeah, first of all, see, looking at the track record of IPL, two things matter a lot in the IPL. I've seen that one is leadership, the other one being the experience in the team. So,
Right.
considering the leadership of Lucknow Super Giants, I only considering the leadership part, I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Mm.
Right.
That's my opinion about it because KL Rahul is a good player. He's a good team player. He's a good T20 batsman. But looking at the his captainship, I don't think he's a great leader that way.
Mm-hmm.
Managing the team, playing his cards well.
Right.
So, as per my opinion, the leadership is something that might lack in the Lucknow Super Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, considering the experience that they have, experience is a lot. Rahul has been, top scorer for them since the past 3, 4 seasons. Has
Yeah.
got the orange cap many a times.
Right.
So experience looks good. Decock is there. Padikkal is there. I'm a big fan of Padikkal, man.
Yeah.
Padikkal, he has, they will surely be playing Padikkal, I think, in the top order only,
Mm-hmm.
in the opening.
Right.
And I don't think they'll be going with the left-right combination. I have the same opinion as you guys that Rahul will be batting in the middle order, considering the World Cup that is coming up for India as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has performed well under pressure, KL Rahul.
Mm-hmm.
So would be a great fit in the middle order, KL Rahul. But considering the chances for the playoffs, I think the chances are meek because we have teams like Mumbai, Chennai, Gujarat, RCB. I'm backing this time because they will they would have got some motivation from the women's team as well. Yeah,
That is a good motivation, man.
yeah, yeah.
Wonderful motivation.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So I think the playoff chances are quite meek for
Mm.
LSG. But yes, depends on the impact players. Padikkal, I'm backing Padikkal, man. Big fan of him. Padikkal, Decock, they are impact players. Huda, even Huda is a great impact player for them. He has performed in the past. In the previous season also, he was there. He played well. I think past two seasons, Huda has played really well for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Howder last year though was a
So,
little iffy, no? Like he
Yeah,
wasn't that good.
he was. He
yeah,
was.
last year was
He was
iffy.
extremely good in 2022.
Yeah, before yeah, the last to last season he had performed really well batting at number three,
Yeah.
and he got the chance for the World Cup as well,
Yeah.
though only got one match against South Africa. But yeah, they've got impact players. They've got impact players in the batting. I think their bowling looks a little weak, especially death bowling. You know, they've got a pretty young attack.
Right.
But then Krunal Pandya also looks very doubtful. Hasn't performed in the recent past.
Right.
So we'll have to, be careful about their bowling.
Yeah.
Eligibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but I think Lucknow, in my opinion, I think Lucknow, I think they will finish like top five, top six because it's a very balanced unit. Whether they make the
Yeah.
top four, I think is a little bit of a question. Even though last year we said the same thing about Lucknow, right? Like, oh, will they qualify? They might not qualify. KL Rahul
Yeah.
captaincy, this that, and then
Yeah.
and then I think KL Rahul had gone out for a bit. Krunal took over the captaincy towards the end of the season, and
And
they
still
did
they
very,
qualified.
and they did very
Still they
well.
qualified without Rahul. Also they
Right,
qualified.
right.
Right.
And
That
Stoinis
was a good
bowled that
point.
last over right against
Mm.
Mumbai Indians, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
knockout
Yeah.
game. Yeah. So that was I think Lucknow for me right now. I don't want to say that they will 100% qualify, but I think definitely they will top five, top six, maybe
Yeah.
mid-table. Mid-table
I
might
agree. I agree.
yeah.
If
So
things go their way, they could probably finish in the top four.
yeah. So I think we'll move on to the next team. And our next team, let me just take a look here. Who is my next team again? Uh, is it Punjab? Sorry,
Rajasthan.
Rajasthan.
Hello.
Rajasthan
Yeah.
Royals. Okay, let's take a look at Rajasthan Royals.
Right, Pakistan.
Yeah. Sanchu, why don't you start us off? Rajasthan Royals. Let's just take a look at their squad maybe first before we yeah. So Rajasthan Royals here, they went to the auction, got Rovman Powell, and they got players like Tom Kohler, Cadmore because they were kind of not sure whether Josh Butler would stay to the end of the season. Shubham Dubey also, a fairly interesting buy. Traded in Avesh Khan from Lucknow. So they didn't really have. I think last year was an interesting case where they had all the players, but they just kind of lost the momentum towards the end, and they just kind of collapsed. That RCB game, 50 all out, right? Like they got completely derailed towards the end, and then even that no ball game against Sunrisers where Sandeep Sharma bowled that no ball, right? So I don't. The team, I think, if first looks a very balanced side, right? Right. Yeah. Right. Right.
Performance matters a lot. But they've got Dhruv Jurel as well, so they might open him in place of Rian.
So currently, there's a lot of talk about. I mean, there's talk about Riyan Parag like
The time.
having
All the
been
time.
having, but he's done very well in Syed Mushtaq Ali. He's been bowling also consistently.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's definitely at least he every time he comes to the IPL every year he comes in with some decent performances in domestic circuit, but then when it comes to the IPL, he just doesn't like put it together, right? Just doesn't happen. But every year, like Rajasthan Royals have a lot of hope and a lot of faith in Riyan Parag, so I do see him playing. I do see him starting. Like for me, I think so. If I have to pick like a tops, if I have to pick their batting lineup, of course Yashasvi, Josh Butler to open. I'll have Sanju Samson at 3. I think he should be up the order. I'd have Shimran Hetmeyer at 4, Rovman Powell 5, Dhruv Jurel 6. Right, or you can even and you can rotate that order however you feel. Right, that those three you can rotate them however you feel. And then at number 7 you have Riyan Parag, or they have the option of playing Shubham Dubey, who also offers a bit of spin. right? So you have
Yeah.
what Shubham Dubey can is that backup for Riyan Parag or vice versa, however you want to consider it. And then you have, of course, Ashwin, Bolt, Avesh, Chahal, and the impact you can bring in a Kuldeep Sen or a Saini or a Sandeep or whoever you feel, right? I think that's, and obviously Prasidh Krishna is a big miss for them. Not having Prasidh Krishna this season, I think Prasidh
Yeah.
Krishna was pretty big for them. Not having him this season is going to be a big miss. But
Hmm.
Anurag, I want to ask you, like, you look at Rajasthan. I mean, yes, it's a great team on paper. Do you see any like chinks in their armor?
Firstly, Krishna, I like the way you said why Rajasthan Royals always lose their way at the latter part of the tournament,
Right.
because they always bank upon Sanju Samson and Josh Butler. So I'll tell you their life story. So it's like birth, score a lot of runs, score centuries, slump, and death. That's what happens every season.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
life
understand
story
how
of
a guy like Samson, I mean, plays like Sachin Tendulkar and comes back like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Comes back like
Amazing, man.
Vijay Shankar.
Right.
Oh man.
and
Right.
and and now this season I think they've brought in some new changes. I love the way how they picked Roman Powell to complement
Hmm.
Hetmeyer as well. And from the past 6 7 months, I've been observing Powell. He's improved his game against spin, so I think that will be an asset.
Right.
I like the way he played against Zampa during the Australian series. So I think he has improved overall as a player. So their batting is fixed. All the four foreign players pick themselves: Hetmeyer, Powell, Butler, and finally Boult. The only chink in the armor, like you asked for, was the Indian bowling.
Right.
I'm not confident about Saini performing. I'm not confident about Avesh performing. It's only Ashwin who could probably pick up the team every time when they're in crisis. So probably if the opposition is going to target Rajasthan, it will be their Indian bowling unit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think no, Rajasthan definitely bowling on paper looks great, but then the question marks also are there as to see Ashwin has not been getting wickets in T20 cricket, in IPL cricket as much as he used to back when he was playing for CSK. When he used to come in and bowl those middle overs. Ashwin now is more of a, he used to be a 4 overs 25 for 3 kind of bowler. Now he's more of a 4 overs 30 for no loss, 4 overs 30 for 1 kind of bowler, right? And Yuzi Chahal has been out of action for a while now, right? Trent Bolt also is kind of coming from some injuries and stuff, right? You don't know how fully fit Trent Bolt will be through the end of the season, but they do have like a good replacement in Yandre Berger, who had a very good SA20, right? And then you also have guys like, of course, the Indian bowling unit, Navdeep Saini and Sandeep Sharma are adequate, but again, there are some question marks. Kush, like I want to ask you, like, obviously, like that we know that like they have Bolt, we know that they have. Do you see like would you prefer to start with like an Adam Zampa, over and then maybe play more Indian quicks? Do you think that's a better option?
That could be an option, but I don't think I'll miss Bolt in the first game, or because he's been doing well.
Right.
He's always been doing well, right? And I still think that Rajasthan is one of the most balanced units after Mumbai Indians. I still reckon it's my opinion,
Right.
because Avesh has been around the team as well. If you talk about Avesh,
Right.
he's still a much better bowler than many quicks we have.
Right.
So Avesh and Bolt and the two spinners Ashwin and Chahal. If you look at Mumbai Indians, there's Piyush Chawla. If
Right.
you look at Royal Challengers Bangalore, their main spinner is Kan Sharma.
Correct.
So if we, compare, I think only Delhi Capitals have a better spin bowling than Rajasthan Royals, Kuldeep and Akshar. So I genuinely think that if they put some runs on the board, and if the Jaipur's pitch is good for their batters, they'll be good to go. And especially Yashasvi, I'm backing him to be the orange cap holder again. No, he wasn't the orange cap holder. He will be the orange cap holder this year. And especially Butler, he hasn't been scoring in India. He
Right.
had a disastrous World Cup as well, so he would like to score some runs. Sanju Samson finally has scored 100 for India, so I'm backing him to score again. And Rovman Powell has been performing, like Anurag said, he performed for West Indies and Australia,
Correct.
so that's a big plus. And Dhruv Jurel, obviously, and again Riyan Parag, we don't have to always emphasize in stats, but still I think he scored a record of scoring 6 or 7 consecutive 50s in Saeed Mushtaq, something like that. So I think he's in good form. So I really think this is a good side and better than much more teams. I am backing this team to be in top two or top three. It's my opinion, but yeah, I think
on paper, I think things look great. Like when
yeah.
I actually when I mean I've seen Rajasthan in 2022. They made the final last year.
Hmm.
They just missed out.
Hmm.
One problem that Rajasthan has always sort of had is that number seven, number eight link player who can give them a couple of overs and tonk at the end, right? And then impact player rule. At least you felt that Rajasthan benefited the most out of the impact player rule
Yeah.
because now they are allowed. They can play a sorry, there was a mosquito. You can play you can play somebody like at number seven, number eight, who can give you those that runs at the end, those runs at the end, and can tonk. But here, I don't see. Like of course, Robin Powell. How many overs is he actually going to be? Is he going to actually operate? Right, because Robin
Hmm.
Powell, we haven't seen him bowl much in the IPL. We haven't seen him
Yeah.
bowl much for West Indies. Right.
Yeah.
At the same time, Riyan Parag, how much are you going to trust him? Or if you bring in a
Hmm.
Shubham Dubey, how much are you going to trust him? Right. So they're still banking on the
Yeah.
five bowler. They're still banking on 5 into 4, right? Then who's gonna come in and give you those 1 or 2 overs in the middle to just
Hmm.
take some tail off of Bolt, off of Avesh, right? That is a question mark that I still see for Rajasthan. I mean, even though you may bring an extra bowler in the impact player rule, they still that number sixth bowler, number seventh bowler, I feel they're still a little short there. Is that going to play a role in them, probably missing out on a final or missing out on a playoff? Maybe. Like,
Could we see Jaiswal bowl a couple of overs? He used to bowl, man,
yeah,
in under 19 World Cups, and he
right,
used to take wickets.
right,
Maybe he could try that, because you have to, start bowling as a top six batter in India
right.
because we have to see the World Cup as well. Maybe you could bowl a couple of overs of leg spin. Who
Right.
knows?
No,
And
Jaiswal. I
that,
mean, you should operate. I mean, you should
yeah,
if
that
Jaiswal
could
is
solve this problem of yours, right?
right,
Maybe couple of overs from him, couple of overs from Robin Powell,
right,
if needed.
right,
Because other than that, 10 out of 14 matches we could get, the five bowlers could do well, and there
right,
could be 4 or 5 matches where we need a sixth bowling option to
right,
necessarily bowl the 4 overs. So
right,
maybe.
right.
But again, I wouldn't want to dent. I mean, Yashasvi's confidence in batting. I mean, if he has a
Yeah.
bad day, if he goes for runs for those 2 overs, his batting is going to go awry, and I
Hmm.
wouldn't want him to turn like an Irfan Pathan.
Yeah.
Must, yeah, jack of all trades.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it looks. I mean, it definitely looks like a good squad. I still would say. I mean, I think top four very likely, top five definitely. I think
Hmm.
Rajasthan, but again, I just feel they might struggle. They might like the whatever they might come undone towards the end of the season. But again,
Hmm.
we'll have to wait and watch. Like they always start very well. Rajasthan always starts well. Yashasvi will give them runs. Joss Butler will give them runs. Sanju Samson will get runs. I think it's very important this year that Sanju Samson has a break, like has a 700 run season. I mean, Sanju Samson is on the cusp. He's on the cusp of. He's probably closer to the Indian T20 team than he's ever been before. And we know Sanju Samson. He's been branded as, oh, he keeps missing out on chances. He keeps missing out on chances. Even though he gets a lot of runs, his numbers look great. Strike rates, averages look great, right? But he always is known as the guy who doesn't perform in the crunch situation. So I think this is the year Sanju Samson has to take that ownership, that leadership. I'm saying I'm going to be the guy to give to whatever to lead Rajasthan Royals, right? So I think yeah, Sanju Samson, big season for Sanju Samson, a big season for Riyan Parag, a big season for a guy like Dhruv Jurel also, who's had a very good test series against England, almost single-handedly kept India in that fourth test match, right? Dhruv Jurel also, big season for him. Yashasvi Jaiswal is going to do well. I think we all know that, right? So
Hmm.
big season for Chahal
Why
as
not?
well. Big season for
Yeah.
Chahal. Chahal needs a big season. He needs a big season. He's been ruled out everywhere. And he needs another purple cap season, man. Yuzi Chahal. I really want to see it happen because I'm a
He's
huge
had
fan.
off-field controversies as well. So if he
Yes. Yes.
performs well, everything's going to clean up.
Yeah, yeah.
True that.
So big season. Rajasthan Royals, yeah, looking at a top four finish. So that's definitely promising. Moving on to the next side, I think we have Delhi Capitals, if I'm not
Delhi
wrong.
Capitals.
Delhi Capitals. Okay, let's go and see their squad. And yeah, Anurag, first thoughts on Delhi Capitals.
Well,
Yep. Right. Right. Mm. Right. Lungi Engid is out. Yeah. Nokia also is a little doubtful, as what I hear. Yeah. Right. Right. I mean, they have Ishan Sharma, Mukesh Kumar, Khalil Ahmed. It's not horrible. It's not the worst, but I mean, it's a little bleak for sure. Mm. Right.
Nine runs in the last over. So that is where they're missing something like that.
Yeah, I think I mean looking at Delhi Capitals, I think I personally felt that they had one of the worst auctions in probably their history, right? They had a horrible season last time, one of the worst. Well, I mean, just genuinely, they didn't have any answers. They had a few wins at the end, but really, it was a very lousy season for Delhi Capitals. And I know Kush, you're a huge Delhi Capitals fan, and I know this might be hurting you as I say this, but it really. I mean, I have a lot of Delhi Capitals friends who message me and yell insults at me on WhatsApp on a daily basis. So
But they know they have to be honest with themselves, man. After seeing this kind of a squad.
yeah, yeah. But I think Delhi Capitals. I mean, I look at the squad. I it's you're still very reliant on David Warner. Still very reliant on Mitch Marsh. Still super reliant on Rishabh Pant, Akshar Patel. Like the core of 4 or 5 players still needs to stand up and deliver. Like you still and the rest of the players, right, are not they don't look like they're going to contribute enough, right? So they need a breakout star. They need a breakout star like last year Tushar Deshpande, like a Rinku Singh, like an Akash Madwal, right? They need a breakout star this season. Like Sanshu, like when I look at this team, I see like a couple of people who can be breakout stars. They brought in a Kumar Kushagra. Lalit Yadav has been iffy for a while now. They brought in Swastik Chikara. Yashdul is there, right? So, like, I don't know. I want to see something from like these breakout stars. We need to see something from them. Yeah,
Capitals in the bottom two this year. To be very, honest.
yeah,
First of all, Rishabh Pant, highly reliant on Rishabh Pant.
right,
He's coming back from injury. We cannot expect much out of him. Although
Hmm.
he's a trippy player, you never know about Rishabh Pant. You
right,
can never count him out.
right.
But still, coming back from injury, we don't know how he's going to perform. Leadership. David Warner is there as experienced. David Warner and Mitchell Marsh do give them some strength. But again, finishing. I believe finishing is a big issue for Delhi Capitals.
Mm,
They do not have some reliant finishers.
right.
I don't think they're going to play Mitchell Marsh in the bottom, like 3 down or 4 down.
Hmm.
They Harry Brook, I doubt if he's
Harry
available
Brook
for this.
is
He's
is
out.
unavailable.
He's out, man.
Unavailable.
Yeah, he's out. So I don't think they have a good finishing lineup.
I mean, they have
So
Tristan Stubbs and Shy Hope as your other
yes,
replacements
but
for.
considering I know they are good players, but considering IPL, it's they haven't shown good performances in the past in the IPL.
Mm,
Uh, so I think Delhi Capitals I see in the bottom two.
mm,
Bowling is fine. I think if Nokia performs, Nokia is there. Jai Richardson, they've got a good bowler
right,
with Jai Richardson. Khalil Ahmed has got some experience behind him.
right.
So I don't think bowling is going to be a big issue for Delhi Capitals. But yeah, leadership, then finishing, and big match winners. They want match winners. I think Rishabh Pant and Mitchell Marsh are there, but Warner again hasn't performed really well in T20s recently.
Yeah.
Looks bleak. Yeah.
Also,
There's
Krishna, what do you think was their strategy behind buying Shai Hope? Did they think he'd keep wickets and even finish for them? But a guy like Shai Hope playing with 100 strike rate, I don't think he's good in that position.
No, they had some money left, man.
Okay.
No,
They
I
had to
think
buy a
they
buy
were
a
unsure
cricketer.
of Rishabh Pant for sure.
Okay.
I think they were unsure about Rishabh Pant playing.
But
So
Krishna, they had already bought Kumar Kushagra, wicketkeeper, for 8.5 crores. When they
correct,
already had Abhishek Purel, a wicketkeeper, they
correct, correct,
already had Tristan Subs, a wicketkeeper,
right,
and maybe Rishabh Pant could also keep, man. And they had, and after all this,
right.
Sarfaraz kept the wickets for them last year.
Yeah, and they let go of Sarfraz. I mean, what a
Oh
horrible
my!
time to let go of Sarfraz Khan. What a horrible time. It's
I
the
think now
worst time.
he'll sing "ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार इंतकाम देखेगा." Damn sure about that,
No,
man.
but I think Sarfraz, even now also, I look at the teams, I think Sarfraz Khan is probably an ideal replacement for. There are a lot of players who are missing out right now. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of teams need replacements. Sarfraz Khan should be number one on that list of, potential replacements for players. Now, I mean, his stocks are up now. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't leave him out. I don't think it makes sense.
Maybe he could be there. There, already the IPL hasn't even started, and I've already heard about 10 players missing out this season.
Yeah, I mean
And
Gujarat has lost Shami. They've lost
Hardik
Hardik.
Pandya,
Yeah, but I'm saying Shami's out, right? He's injured, right? So
a
like
lot of players have been injured. So
a lot of I'm
let's see,
saying, like
maybe.
a player of Shami's caliber. I'm saying
Yeah, definitely, man.
Sarfraz Khan is probably the best Indian replacement at the moment in the league of replacements available. Like
Yeah.
obviously, but he's not a Shami in terms of his experience. But you know what I mean. But no,
Yeah.
but coming back to Delhi, like I look at Delhi, right? Yes, the auction. I really didn't understand what their thinking was in the auction. Like, they needed a good core of Indian players, especially Indian batsmen, right? Prithvi Shaw has put on a lot of kgs. I think we've all seen the Instagrams. And then you have Prithvi Shaw also, again, like, is he going to give you a 400, 500 kind of season, or is he going to give you a 250, 300 run kind of season, right? That's the big question. What Prithvi Shaw desperately needs a big season. Desperately needs a big season because he's no longer in the reckoning anywhere around any of the Indian teams, right? He needs a big season. You have guys like Rishabh Pant needs to come back to form, right? Mitchell Marsh and David Warner, again, they did well in one game or two games last season, right? But they're not delivering to the level. At least they need so much more from David Warner and Mitchell Marsh to even challenge for the top four, right? But of course, like Akshar Patel, again has been very good for them. Kuldeep Yadav has been good. You have guys like Khalil Ahmed and Mukesh Kumar. Khalil Ahmed, yeah, maybe it's not the best, but can they manage with it? I think it's good enough, to be honest. Jai Richardson, I would not play because I don't think he has what it takes in India. But they went after Jai Richardson because they didn't really have any other options in the IPL. But I'm surprised that they let go of, like, when I look at the auction, so many players went for such less money. Like Vanindu Hasaranga 1 crore, Rachin Ravindra 2 crore. Like, how did Delhi not challenge more for these guys? They needed. I would like Vanindu Hasaranga would have been a great addition to Delhi Capitals. Somebody like Rachin Ravindra, Daryl Mitchell. These would have been great additions, but they didn't go after them, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's like it's a little interesting that, but like they just, I think they're a little under. Like, when I look at the team, they're under the shot. Um, it just doesn't scream like playoff or even top 6, top 7 to me. It definitely screams bottom of the table. But I don't know. I want to see somebody like Kumar Kushagra get consistent opportunities because I've seen a bunch of videos of that kid and he's playing really well. He hits big sixes, hits huge sixes. And Delhi need to invest. They need to create. They need to create a breakthrough star. I think it's
Yeah.
high time because they're not Lalit Yadav. How many times are you gonna push Lalit Yadav? And you played Abhishek Purel for 2 games. He was good. You drop him. Like, what is the thinking, right? Delhi Capitals has been historically known to produce stars, produce breakthrough stars. Rishabh Pant was one of them, right? And it's time they get back to that model of producing breakthrough stars. And you have to give, the only way to produce breakthrough stars is to give them consistent opportunities. It's the only way. Kumar Kushagra, I think he should. They paid 8 crores for him. They should put him at number 7 or number 6. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this team definitely looks like a bottom team. I think we can move on.
Yeah.
Impact. I think impact player also they will struggle because I don't really know who's going to be their impact player.
So there are a
Probably,
couple of players. I've been hearing about Sumit Kumar.
yeah,
Uh, Seems he's a bowling all round. He's a batting all rounder who hits sixes and
right, right, mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm.
see a miracle, and then we'll talk about it.
Mm.
Till then, let's see. But to be very honest, it's a very, very weak team. To be very honest, and I'll tell you one thing. I think the weakest link in the team is David Warner. I have said it, and the mic's been dropped.
Big words, big words. Last, just before we move on, any thoughts on Yashdul? Is it time?
Man, you could drop Warner and play Yasdul. He could open the innings. He's the Delhi Ranji Trophy captain.
Right,
And he's been producing, all the goods. And if really want to look at the future, because see, David Warner is a legend. No
right,
offense to him, but his strike rate was very poor last year, and we are playing on the same tracks in Delhi.
right.
And he's stopped playing Test cricket also now,
Yeah,
and he just wants to play all the franchise cricket, and maybe the T20 World Cup will be his last World Cup.
right.
So I certainly think if there's a googly which we can bowl is play a guy like Fraser McGurk.
Mm.
I've seen his batting, man. He hits the long ball,
Right,
and he bowls as well. So
right,
maybe him, and if Tristan Subs had a wonderful first class season
right,
and SA20, if we could put him somewhere at number 5 or 4 or somewhere, and maybe Kushagra performs, maybe then something could happen. But genuinely the chances are meek. And
That's a
also
lot of
Mitchell
that's a
Marsh
lot
is,
of
yeah.
that's a lot of maybes, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Also, for example, if I know Marsh would perform because he's most probably the next captain of Australia. He's been doing well, but his body, man, you can never be sure about his body.
right,
So let's see.
right. I think Delhi, lot of question marks. Kind of
Yes.
certain they mostly certain that they won't make it. Probably bottom two, bottom three finish is very
Yeah.
likely. So we'll move on to the next team. I think is Punjab, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
Punjab. So Punjab, I think we'll just get straight into it. Probably the worst team in the IPL history.
Yes. There's a team which is worse than Delhi. So it was a very good season for him last year.
Yeah.
He's a
So
match winner, man. He's completely a match winner. Not a great leader, but yeah, undoubtedly a great match winner, and every team would want him in the big matches. He has consistently performed. Consider, 2015 World Cup semi-final, India were chasing in Australia, Sydney. The kind of innings that he gave, the kind of start that he gave us, amazing. So he's a match winner player. He likes the big matches. I think, but yeah, not for Punjab. A lot of ifs and buts.
True.
Again,
Anurag, historically, Shikhar Dhawan has not been a great captain. I mean, he was captain of Sunrisers Hyderabad for a bit. I think he was captain of, if I was not wrong, he was captain of Deccan Chargers also for a brief stint. And now he's captain of Punjab. Um, Punjab, I mean, every time they go to the auction, right? They either clean house, then they buy somebody else, they change personnel, new coach, new captain. It's just every year it's like so much uncertainty and so many changes that like every year they're trying to build something, but then they don't end up building anything at all.
Again, try to shop from a new franchise. So it's been chaos for them. But now, if I see the squad, it's they've covered. form for Sunrisers.
Hmm.
One such match, and he could turn the fortunes of the Kings 11 here. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And Liam Livingstone, I know he hits sixes of 120 meters. I just need sixes of 70 meters on Indian pitches, man. Come on, you could do that.
Hmm.
If nothing else, I think yeah, this time they'll have to step up. They'll have to give them one title at least.
No, Punjab. So Punjab, the when I look at Punjab every year, very promising, always
Hmm.
promising. I don't think they've ever. On paper, their squad has not been objectively terrible, like ever.
Hmm.
But they've had like a good unit. But they just like what I usually use as like a term to like coin whether a team will do well, which is essentially defining like whether a team is sum of is better than the sum of its parts, right? There is like a term I like to call gel factor, and whether the team gels well. And every time Punjab has a very poor gel factor, like a horrible gel
Hmm.
factor. They just don't. They're always like reliant on one or two players, three players, four players. Like they bought Sam Curran for so much money, right? They spent a lot of money on Harshal Patel also, 12 crores close, right? And Harshal Patel, I mean, how many times he did? He had one good season with RCB, one breakout season, but since I mean, he's not really been consistent. Harshal Patel,
And
you know.
even in that season, Jadeja hit him for 37 runs in an over.
Correct.
I was watching that match today, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Harshal Patel, I mean,
Not a
Rabada,
big fan of Harshal Patel, man. I will never spend 11.75, almost 12 crores on Harshal.
yeah.
No,
Um,
and they anyway have good bowling attack. They have got Rabada, they've got Arshdeep Singh,
right,
they've got the likes of Sam Curran. He's a good death bowler.
right.
I don't know why they went for Harshal Patel and for 12 crores. No idea, man.
Yeah, I
Maybe we
mean,
should be sitting there
they had a
on the
huge
auction
purse.
table.
They had a huge purse in the auction, as they always do. They always have a
Yeah.
huge purse, and they didn't go. I am surprised that they didn't go for bigger. They didn't go. I thought Rachin Ravindra would get bigger bucks. I thought somebody like maybe Gerard
Exactly.
Coetzee would get bigger bucks. Vanindu Hasaranga,
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more. Vanindu
Hmm.
Hasaranga, again, how is he not how did Punjab not go harder for Vanindu Hasaranga? But anyways, I mean,
Hmm.
I look at this squad. Yes, a lot of dependency on Shikhar and Johnny Bairstow. Prabhsimran Singh had 1 century last season, but Prabhsimran Singh again has done well in domestic. But is he going to do well for you this time? Sam Curran is always hot and cold, right? They have the option of Sikandar Raza also in case they want the spinning all rounder. Liam Livingstone also wins. He can, if he on his day he'll win you a game, but most days he's not 100%. So there's again a lot of question marks I still feel.
Hmm.
And then they spent on Chris Wokes, which I didn't understand at all. Chris Wokes made no sense to me. Like Chris Wokes in India has never been like a solid bowler. He's played for 3-4 IPL teams now. He's kind of been very average in the IPL. Just it
He's not
didn't.
getting any younger as well. He's 35 now.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, just didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense. Yeah.
Right.
I
His
don't know
looks
why
are
they
getting
chose
better
him.
though.
Did they choose him for bowling or batting? I have no idea.
Kushagra
I
says
think
looks.
His looks are getting better, Books, man. I like his eyes.
so. Maybe Preeti Zinta likes him.
Yeah, that is.
That way we can understand.
Maybe, maybe. But no, I mean, but there are parts in this team that are good. Of course, bowling looks good. Arshdeep, Rabada, Harshal, Rahul Chahar. Rahul Chahar needs a big season as well.
Yeah, Rahul
Um,
Chahar
yeah, and
is.
then I don't know. I mean, Harpreet Brar to me has been like this weird, like it's just a huge question
There's a
mark.
lot of promise always,
Yeah,
but not that kind of a performance, to be very honest.
right.
And it's very difficult to pick the four overseas players. I think it's one of the most difficult tasks. It should be a
Yeah, I
1 crore
think they
question
they
in
would.
PBC.
Hmm.
I'm not quite sure who he
Riley
is.
Russo, really? Where do you fit him? He's got
Man,
he
One
bowls.
Russo is also there. What
one
kind
down,
of
one
a
down.
player? Okay. Okay.
But I
Yeah,
mean, you have
I still
see you're
I
gonna
still
play
doubt.
Bairstow, Livingstone, Sam Curran, and Rabada have to play. There's no place for who are you gonna
Yeah,
drop?
either they'll be they might switch between Riley Russo and Livingston because Livingston is a highly dicey player. Performs plays 6 matches, performs in one. So let's
According to
see.
me, what should be, the four overseas players? Because uh, to him, and he could keep the wickets as well. Apart from that, the four overseas should be, I think, Bairstow, and then Livingston. And if Livingston doesn't perform, we always have an option of Raza, who is in much, much, much better form, much better bowler on tricky pitches of Lucknow, Kolkata, because Kolkata will prepare spin wickets because Gambhir is back. We have Lucknow, we have Delhi, we have Chennai. So four pitches are here only, and we don't know how the new PCA stadium will play. Let's see what happens there.
I forgot
Mullapur.
Mullapur. Huh.
So maybe we could play, Raza instead of Livingston. Also, Sam Curran hasn't performed since the 2022 final
Yeah.
as a bowler,
Yeah.
and I'll so Rabada was one of my favorites. He did amazingly well for Delhi, but he's been leaking runs, and they have another beautiful option with Nathan Ellis as a in this case. I think they have Nathan Ellis, right?
Yeah. Nathan
Or they
Ellis
don't
is
have
back.
it.
He's back. He's there.
I genuinely think Nathan Ellis could be there. But I'm not seeing Chris Stokes or Riley Russo getting a game very soon. But it's a very difficult. I think they and SRS have the same problem. A lot of overseas players, quality players, but which four to pick?
I look at Punjab again. The same issue of no breakout star in the last few years,
Yeah.
and I want to see that this time from Punjab. I want to see, I think one of the funniest things in the auction was the Shashank Singh goof up. I think that was one of the best things I've seen in an auction in a very long time. But I mean,
Also, their social media game is getting much better. Punjab. Sorry to
which
interrupt you,
team
but
doesn't have a good social media game? I think they're all
they
huge brands.
didn't have a good social media since till last year, but
Yeah.
they've been seeing Rajasthan Royals, and everybody has to up their game now after
Right.
Rajasthan Royals is putting a good show.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, coming I look at Punjab. I want to see them unearth the talent. Shashank Singh has let me just give you a little bit of Shashank Singh like information. I've seen him in Rajasthan Royals for a bit. He's been around. He's been around Sunrisers. He's a very interesting character where he gives you like these 7 ball, 15, 20 kind of cameo kind of players, and he can bowl a little bit, right? And I think personally speaking, I think he's a very good option at number 7. Even though it's a very left field pick, it's a very like out of mainstream pick. Like I'd like to see Shashank Singh at 7, because Punjab have also historically lacked at number 7 because they've always had to play Harpreet Brar or somebody
Yeah.
just like sort of like bits and pieces at that position who's not very good with the bat. Right, the same problem that Rajasthan has had, right, with the number 7 and now the impact player rule coming in, right. Shashank Singh seems like the guy to give you that 5 ball, 7 ball cameo that you need at the end. Like I'd like to see that, and also they've gone after Vidwat Kavirappa. They've brought in Vidwat Kavirappa, the Karnataka fast bowling rock star. I mean, from what I hear, Vidwat Kavirappa is a very very good pick. And definitely can cause he's a very good has good pace, bowls well, he's done well in the Ranji Trophy for Karnataka. So I think I'd like to see Vidwat Kavirappa get a few games, get an extended run of games for Punjab. But yeah, I mean that is on the Punjab front. Again, just in a show of hands, where do you think these guys will finish?
7.
Seventh.
Fifth?
5.
Fifth, interesting.
See, there's an ironical part as well. You say that Punjab Kings is the worst team ever, and hardly they are the last on the table. They always win some games, and at the end of the season they derail their performance.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
No,
There's
they
a
start
certain
well.
pattern they're following.
They
Yeah,
start
they
well,
always start well, man.
2-3 games they win on the trot, and then they
And
towards the end, they're
you're
like
saying
5,
they're the
6.
best team. You say they're the best team of the tournament, and then they're at 7th position again.
Yeah, but I mean I think it's just an inability to kind of play the entire season. I think I mean like they have this issue of that their management and their thinking is very like they don't solidify, and they're not very stable in their thinking. So it makes sense that start they do well, right, and then towards the end, because they may lose a game Like, and then suddenly the thinking goes like, okay, then wholesale changes, bring in somebody else, bring in this one, that one, right? That happens a lot for Punjab.
Who's the
And
coach for Punjab? I think it's Anil Kumble, right?
No,
no,
no.
no, no.
He was the coach in 2021. It's Trevor Bayliss.
Trevor Bales, yeah.
And this is Krishna. Adding to your point,
Hmm.
Shikhar Dhawan is the only captain they've retained. It's the only captain in the last 4 years
Yeah.
who's been captain for second year,
Correct.
for the second year straight, right?
Correct.
Mayank Agarwal was there, Rahul was there, Shikhar was there, and every year they are changing their coaches, man.
Yeah.
Every year, so
Yeah.
it's very difficult to build a team. At least Delhi Capitals is better. They still have Ricky Ponting.
Right.
He knows how to run the team,
Rishabh
man.
Pant is
At
still
least
there, right?
Rishabh Pant is still there. Akshar is there. They've tried to. I saw they've at least tried to retain some of their players.
Right.
Even after Shreyas Iyer didn't want to play for DC, they still went around 9 crores. They didn't have the purse, but they still tried to retain Shikhar and players like those. But Punjab, there's no. I think the gelling up point is the point which concludes this team. There's no gelling up.
Right.
I think.
Right. It's a fact. It's the truth. You can't.
Yeah.
This team doesn't gel together.
Yeah.
Yep. Moving on. Gujarat Titans, next team on the list. Finalists last year, winners in 2022. They are. Sorry, let me just go to Gujarat. They are here somewhere. There we are. So Gujarat Titans, Hardik Pandya has left the team. No Mohammad Shami this year. Lots different about Gujarat. Shubman Gill, newly appointed captain. Different side, but also very similar outfit from even though, and a lot of interesting new picks. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Yeah. But I look at Gujarat. At least they have a very good management. They have a very good management. They seem very clear
Yeah.
in their thinking.
Exactly.
Um,
They've
I
got
think-
Ashish Nehra.
Yeah, I believe
Nehra
Ashish
sir.
Nehra will give Shubman Gill a lot of confidence and sort of
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
him feel very.
And there's Gary Gerson as well.
Yeah.
Another great man.
Right.
And they've got experienced players as well. They've got Miller, they've got Williamson, they've got Rashid Khan in the bowling attack.
Right. Right.
A lot of balance in the team is there, no doubt. Sai Sudarshan is a very balanced player.
Hmm.
I really like the way he plays, and he performs in the big matches. Has performed in the final, I think, last to last season.
Right.
Last
was,
year only
uh,
he performed.
Yeah,
In
90
the
he
final.
got something. He got
96 in the
Yeah,
final.
yeah, last
Yeah.
year itself. Yeah,
Hmm.
so
man of the
I
match
think
in the final. Yeah.
they've got a good balance. The only thing that I think will depend on Shubman Gill's performance and his captaincy.
Hmm. I think one of the very interesting ways I think Gujarat has filled the squad, right, is they've gone. I mean, Hardik Pandya's absence is actually not that badly felt if I look at this. I think that's a very good job done at the auction table by Ashish Nehra and co. Like, because they've brought in Azmatullah Omarzai, who had a incredible World Cup, one of the rock stars in the World Cup. They brought in Shah Rukh Khan, Spencer Johnson, 10 crores, maybe a little too much, but they brought him in anyways. So, and there's still, and then Robin Mins also, who's a very interesting prospect, the Jharkhand wicketkeeper. So now Saha has some competition for his spot, right? Mohit Sharma had a brilliant season last year. Rashid Khan also very good season. Noor Ahmed had a great season. So still the core parts of what Gujarat Titans, what make Gujarat Titans are still there, and they filled in. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So,
The game.
right. I mean, I want to ask you, Anurag, like, firstly, between like Saha and Robin Mins, okay, now you either have the option of going Gill and Saha at the top of the order, like they've always done, or which has not been bad, to be honest. It's not been amazing, but it's not been bad either. But you also now have the option of playing Sudarshan at the top of the order, And then you can play Mins at 6 and 7 and expect him to give you that big finish. But again, Mins is untested. We don't know what he's going to do.
Absolutely, because if you put Mins at the bottom and ask him to finish along with David Miller, it's going to be a tough job for him. So credit where is due. Hardik Pandya was very crucial in that position. He was coming up the order sometimes, trying to play like a proper batsman rather than a basher. So yeah, I think they're going to definitely miss him. But he was also the reason for Gujarat losing last year. He shouldn't have spoken to Mohit Sharma for the last two balls.
Oh,
Yeah, but great auction this time. They've gotten Shah Rukh Khan for the
yeah.
finishing job. They definitely want him to put up, I mean, show his skills there because he was not able to perform 100% in when he was in Punjab. So he'll be having that freedom over here. And the only worry that I have is Nera is going to mindfuck Gill whenever possible. I believe it's important to give him that space to show his captaincy, and it's not like he's Pandya where uh, he likes to getting poked. Gill wants his own space to perform. So
Right.
I request the management to give him his own space so that the team prospers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gill, I think Gill, but I do see a positive season for Gill because he just seems like the character to like absorb captaincy well, right? He just seems
Yeah,
like
yeah, same, same.
the character to do
He,
it. I just,
he's the kind of guy, he likes opportunities and he doesn't miss them.
yeah, yeah,
That's what the record says. So I think he'll be having a great season, and I think he'll be a great captain too.
yeah.
And
I,
that's why I back this side to be in the top four this
wow,
season as well.
big call. It's a big call.
Yeah.
Um, actually I look at this team, right? Sorry, I look at this team and Kane Williamson is there, of course. Matthew Wade is there. Spencer Johnson, they've paid a lot of money. I'm trying to find the four foreigners in this team. Miller will play. Rashid Khan will definitely play. They have the option of playing. I think they're very tempted to play Noor Ahmed all the time. They really like playing Noor Ahmed, and I don't see like Sai Kishore starting at the moment, or maybe he'll play as an impact player. Jayant Yadav definitely will not play. So as the two spinners, they'll probably like to keep Rashid and Noor Ahmed. So that leaves only one spot, and that'll probably be a batsman, right? And you'll probably have to go with Azmatullah Omarzai there. So I don't see Kane Williamson, Matthew Wade, any of these guys starting for Gujarat. And you're leaving Kane Williamson out. It's Kane Williamson, guys. You're leaving Kane Williamson out. How can you? But then who do you have to play that Pandya role, right? At number 4, number 5. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, but I think no, the only reason I say Omar Zai is because I'd want 4 overs of Omar Zai over like Shankar, whatever, maybe giving you 1 over, 2 overs at best. Shah Rukh Khan also people keep saying he's an all rounder, but he hasn't really bowled. So
Yeah, hasn't really bowled. Yeah.
yeah, so the only reason I would pick Omar Zai is because I want those overs, and I'd expect him to play a very big role for Gujarat. But again, you have Spencer Johnson also. I don't know if he'll get a game, but they paid so much money for him. Um,
I suppose they won't start with Kane Williamson. I think they would like to keep him, in the games like Delhi or Chennai, where the pitches are tricky. Because I genuinely think that they genuinely trust and they've trusted in Omarzai as a like for like replacement for Hardik Pandya. That is a very clear role, right? He's still been performing, and I think maybe the things have changed, and I genuinely think they'll be playing Spencer Johnson instead of Noor Ahmed because they're missing genuine pace because they've left Shami. So that is a big hole.
but they'll need a
If
second spinner though, right? Sai Kishore then.
Rahul Tewatia also could bowl a couple of overs. He's a bowler. We forget that he's a leg spinner
Yeah.
as well.
No, but Tewati
That
Yeah,
is
hasn't bowled no, in the last few
he-
years. He hasn't bowled at all.
maybe he's been bowling in the Ranji Trophy. Maybe if he's able to bowl a couple of overs, then they could probably play Spencer Johnson, and with him, and we don't know what form Mohit Sharma is in. He
Right.
got a 27 wicket season, but it's very difficult to replicate that season at this age. I'm not very sure, but I genuinely think, why isn't any team using Karthik Tyagi? He was a great pick.
Yeah.
He could have still bowled. He's still very young,
Right.
and I've heard that Umesh Yadav is in decent form. So
Right.
if he could give a 20 wicket season and not a 27 wicket season or a 15 to 20 wicket season, maybe he could fill in the shoes for Shami.
Yeah.
Although it's a very difficult job, but yeah.
No, also I think like what was a big reason for Shami's success was in the second innings, right, under lights, especially in all the games, Shami would bowl. There would be a lot of swing in the first few overs, and Shami
Yeah.
would exploit that relentlessly against all the oppositions, right,
Yeah.
and that's what gave him his 27 wickets or
Hmm.
whatever he got, right.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
Umesh Yadav, I don't know if Umesh Yadav will exploit the swing conditions as much as Shami can. Like Umesh Yadav is more of a hit the deck kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, I mean, if I look at Mohit Sharma doesn't have a lot of pace, but he can swing the ball a little bit. Spencer Johnson, again, I'm not really sure what he will do. Karthik Tyagi, again, is more of a pace kind of guy than of a swing guy. So that role, I still see like who's gonna get the wickets at the top of the order, because Mohit doesn't really bowl in the start, right, in the power play. So who's gonna bowl at the start of the innings? I see Azmatullah Omar Zaid bowling in that play. That's also another reason why I wanted
Yeah.
Azmatullah Omar Zaid. I'm sort of the Azmatullah Omar Zaid band camp here, but like bandwagon here, but like that's one of the reasons why I wanted to see him in the scene in the team, as opposed to a Kane Williamson. I mean, Kane Williamson also in the IPL. Let's be honest, he's had 2 seasons, 3 seasons for SRH that were very good, but ever since he's left SRH, he's not been that great. Right?
But
He
he
also
didn't
hasn't
play,
got
na?
he hasn't gotten a
He
lot of
didn't play only,
opportunities.
right? He
Yeah,
just played
Yeah.
one match, I guess, and he was injured on the first match,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that was, I think, a blessing in disguise for Gujarat, because the team did wonderfully well.
Right. The
But
See,
the
the
I
only
genuinely, I'm sorry, Please continue.
no, the problem with playing Kane Williamson is it upsets the balance of the side. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah, very true. But I genuinely think that Umesh could, still do a better job with the new ball. And I just saw his, although we shouldn't, focus all the time on the stats, but if we have to see the evidence, right? So he has taken around 16 wickets in 5 games in Saeed Mushtaq, has been doing well, and did a, bowled in the final as well in the Ranji Trophy, means he's fit as well. So we could still, and he did decently well for KKR, to be very honest.
Right.
And we weren't expecting that kind of a performance from him, but he did well. So still expecting a good, performance from him.
Yeah, I think uh, I think Gill will have a good season, no doubt.
Yeah,
Who
definitely.
who needs a big season here? It's I don't think anybody needs a big season in Gujarat, which is
Maybe
a good
Sai
thing.
Sudarshan. If Sai
Sai Sudarshan.
Sudarshan and Gill could be the, I would play Robin Mins. We have to look at the future, because Saha is a great option, but Sai Sudarshan, is a player for the future. We've seen his records as well. If Gill and Sai Sudarshan start to fire on that Gujarat wicket, I think 25% of your work is already done. And both of them are good
Yeah,
players of, play the pull and cuts well. It's a good bouncy wicket
left
on
right.
Gujarat.
Yeah,
I think it's a wonderful left-right combination. And Sai Sudarshan has played for India. It will do the world of good for him. Also, Shubman Gill was a little out of focus when the series started, but he's been in great form again. And I think the best time for him to start the captaincy, 24, is a good age.
right.
And even if he fails, it's a good time to take a risk.
Yeah.
And he's the future captain, so wonderful for him.
I think see the only thing why I'm a little not sure about Mins versus Saha is that Saha is I mean, like, Mins is an untested wicket keeper, and you guys,
Yeah,
you're keeping to
got
Rashid
it.
Khan, you're keeping to Noor Ahmed,
Wonderful point.
you're keeping to
Wonderful point.
Umesh,
Yeah.
whoever, right? Saha,
Yeah.
I mean, Saha is one of the best keepers in India, probably one of the best keepers in the world, right?
Yeah.
So just on that fact alone, does Saha stay? And also because Gujarat like continuity, they really
Yeah.
prefer continuity. Gill and Saha have been like whatever, that combination has been like one of their banks, right, throughout the seasons. So do they want to suddenly change that now just because whatever a new guy is coming? I don't know. So I think Saha will start. It looks like Saha will start, but Mins maybe over the course of the season they might look at Mins.
Yeah, let's see. We'll have to see.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. But of course, like I think all of us want to see Robin Mins. So
Yeah.
that's that, and you can't play Mins and Sahar together. I don't think there's
Yeah.
space for that. Between Shahrukh and Shankar, I think only one of them will play. Between Vijay Shankar and Shahrukh Khan, personally speaking, I would rather have Shahrukh Khan at the bottom, just to bolster that whatever that tail finishing power. But Vijay Shankar did well last season, so
Yeah.
that's not a problem either way.
We'll have to go to the Gujarat Nets and decide who's playing
Yeah.
better, and
Yeah.
then we could decide the playing 11 for the first
Right,
match.
right. But I think and last thoughts, Gujarat playoffs, yes, no, mid table,
Top two.
top two. Wow, okay, interesting.
I would say they'll be fourth,
Okay,
number four.
wow,
I suppose fourth or fifth.
interesting, interesting. I don't know. From all the punditry I've seen around Gujarat, people are saying Gujarat will finish sixth, seventh, ish. Just
But it's still a very, very good team, man.
yeah, it's still a good team.
So if they gel well, maybe Gill is a good captain. Comes with a fresh energy, and people like Robin Mins, Sai Sudarshan are performing, and Rashid Khan is always a match winner for you, man.
Correct.
He's still
Yeah,
hitting.
he-
He hit that no look shot yesterday, and it was a wonderful shot, man.
Yeah.
So you never know. Miller has been in good form, so maybe they could finish in the top four as well again.
Yeah, a lot of match winners, man. That's why I just back
That
them.
is certain. That
Gel
is
factor,
certain.
high gel factor, very high gel factor.
And Umarzai also, man, great pick.
Right.
They've done a good job. They've genuinely done a good job.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think Gujarat, like, I think when they first came out with their squad in the first season they played, everybody was like, Gujarat is a terrible squad. I think
Last.
nobody gave them any
Every-
chances. Nobody gave them a chance. But I think their gel factor, the way they construct the team, the way they back their players, and the fact that they really love continuity. I mean, any team that has a great level of continuity will always do well, right? So I think Gujarat has believed in that philosophy. So it's good to see. Moving on to the next side, which is I think KKR or SRH.
Yes. KKR.
KKR. So KKR, okay, KKR hai tayar. What I mean, I think what this is one of the very I think one of the teams that is gonna get a lot of discussion. I'm very excited to see KKR's team. Mitchell Stark broke the bank, 24.75, 25 crores for Mitchell Stark. Insane. Never in the history of IPL. Yeah, and they've gotten Shreyas Iyer is back as captain. Rinku Singh, of course, is coming off a great run of form. Andre Russell coming off of a good international stints. You have guys like Sakaria in the team now. Manish Pandey is back in KKR. Gautam Gambhir, the big man, G, he's back. And Jason Roy is out. Phil Salt is in. So there's just a lot of buzz with KKR, which is very exciting. I think there's a good. I'm very excited to see KKR. What do you think, Sanshu?
Well, I think Shreyas Iyer has got a big opportunity this time, and he would be dying to perform since he's been thrown out of the BCCI contract.
Right.
So it's he would be dying to perform, no doubt. And again, just like Shubman Gill, a lot depends on his performance.
Right.
If he performs, from the front, then I think the team looks quite balanced. They've got Rinku Singh finisher. They've got Stark. They've got a decent bowling attack. I think Sakaria also. I like Sakaria in the bowling part of it.
Right.
Then they've got Mujibur Rahman also, great spin attack. They've got Sunil Narayan. So I think the team looks balanced. I think Shreyas Iyer would have to step up, and if he performs, I think the team looks good.
One of the breakout stars of last season, besides Rinku Singh, who doesn't probably get a lot of credit, Surya Sharma was excellent last season. I was very impressed with Surya Sharma. Has great level of flight and great revs on the ball. He's really good. And they have guys like Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora also to support Mitchell Stark. Sakaria is also there. So I think KKR, I don't know, they are mounting a good challenge. But as we always know, KKR is this team that has a very solid core of 11, 12 players, right? But if one of them get injured, then the entire combination and balance is thrown off because the backups are not good enough, right? What do you think, Anurag?
Okay, I think what helped Suyash Sharma's stocks was he looks a little bit like Neeraj Chopra, right? Our Olympic swimmer.
Yes, yes, yes. He does.
Yes. So yeah, I think he was one of the great finds last year. He was bowling confidently. When the captain trusted him, he did deliver. So that made them pretty decent last year. But I think this year, if you see, except the auction, nobody spends 24 crores on one individual man. Come on. Yeah, I know Star could get you wickets, but again, why spend so much? If not, I love the fact that Manish Pandey is back to his home ground. I mean, I would say that is his home team. That is where he's earned his name. I would love to see Nitish Rana perform. His performance is always like a sine curve, up, down, a 60 here, a zero next match. I would love to see him change that way. Shreyas Iyer is back, captaining, and I've seen Manish Pandey bat yesterday in one of the practice matches. He was stonking Russell out of the ground, so I'm happy to see the batting core back. So yeah, I think KKR has good chances this time. The spin department is covered as well. So yes, Halla bol.
Halla bol.
Rajasthan.
Halla bol is Rajasthan.
Korbo.
Korbo,
That
yeah.
was the pun.
Right.
Nice.
But no, I don't know. I look at this team and like I just see. I mean, yes, of course the names are back, but last year, right? Again, very dependent on Rinku Singh. Very dependent on Rinku Singh. Russell did not perform last year. They didn't get. They don't. They never get enough from Venki Iyer. They never get enough from Venki Iyer. But post 2021, Venki Iyer has not been Venki Iyer, and he's got
Yeah.
so much more promise than he delivers.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, of course, the bowling still looks good. Again, Stark, the money pressure, is it going to get to him? How much can he? What he's getting paid 7 lakhs per ball or something like that. I read a stat, right? Something like that, right? Um, the
So,
death
so is
bowling.
he getting the 7 lakhs for if he bowls a wide also? Then also he's getting, because he can bowl extra balls, no? So he'll get extra money as well.
Yeah, but I think I mean even if you count the wides also, I'd still think it's like probably 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs a ball. So even the wide also you're paying for. But no, I mean no, Mitchell Stark again, like 24.75, like yes, Anurag, like not nobody, you won't pay 24, but like you still need, I mean you need a lot from Mitchell Stark. You need a lot, and Mitchell Stark injury concerns are always very high, always very high. If he comes in, pulls up and says bye, I'm out of the season, 24.75 crores down the drain. And who are your replacements? Who's your replacement? Gus
Dushmant
Atkinson,
Chamera.
Dushmanta Chamira.
Dushmant. I think Gus Atkinson is also gone.
Gus
He's
Atkins,
not
sorry,
there.
Gus
Yeah.
Atkins gone. You have Dushmanta
Huh.
Chamira, right?
I think he's the only one.
Right.
Only
And
fast bowler.
I mean, okay, like one selection I really like is Mujib Rahman, which is I think
Hmm.
because Narayan is not 100%. Like you Narayan, even though they back him a lot, Narayan, you always know that he may not give you a full season. So you have Mujib as a backup, but I don't know. I mean, Manish Pandey, where do you fit Manish Pandey? Like even though he's back, yes, where do you fit him? Because you can't disturb the top four. You don't want to play Rinku and Russell down. So you play Manish Pandey at 7, which doesn't. I'd rather
No,
play,
no,
right. I wouldn't do that. Like,
no, no.
right.
It's
I think
a difficult job, man.
Gautam Gambhir is gonna find a way.
Uh,
He's a big fan of Manish Pandey, man. He will find a way, and he'll fit in Manish
Fit in
Pandey
Mani, yeah.
anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Let's
Well.
see. I think the only place he can play is two down or max three down, and not in the top order. Yeah, he's played at number three a lot,
The only
But
but
actually.
I think his worst performances came at number 4 for Sunrisers, man.
Yeah.
He spent, he Sunrisers lost a lot of matches because of him. No disrespect to that player,
Right.
but they lost a lot of matches because of him. If he plays, he has to open the batting or maximum one down, because he's not able to accelerate his strike rate. And again, I think Gautam Gambhir will ensure that the pitches are made a little slow because they have a good spin attack.
Right.
And that silly point, that slip, vintage KKR. I'm expecting that to happen again because they have the bowlers. Man, Suresh Sharma is in Delhi only. I saw, I'm in Delhi only. I saw him bowling in a match. He's actually very quick and very confident. His googly is amazing, and very. He did well with the red ball as well. That means he's not a wide ball bowler or an IPL bowler. He's a proper bowler. And also in other news, Varun Chakrabarti was the highest wicket taker in the DY Patil Cup. Happened, recently. And
Right.
Sunil Narayan also did well in that this ILT 20.
Right.
So I think this is a good team, man. I still think it's a very good team. And also, I think the blessing in disguise is Jason Roy not playing, because Phil Salt, how the hell is that player not being utilized by any team? I think Phil Salt can keep the wickets open with Venki Iyer. Gives him some slack as well, and he can tonk the ball on that Eden Gardens wicket. At least he'll play good for the first 6 overs. So I think that's a very good buy as well, Phil Salt.
Number one T20I batter, right? Phil Salt. I think
Yeah,
that's
unsold, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I I don't know. I mean, like I'm still I still see chances for this team to get derailed. Like there is like they're still gonna need a big season from Russell. They're still gonna need that. They're gonna need Rinku to be Rinku of last season. But I think he will to some extent. Shreyas
I think they have a
Iyer,
good. Hmm.
a lot will
They have a
depend on
good.
Shreyas Iyer. I definitely see
Yeah,
that. A
yeah.
lot will depend on Shreyas Iyer. Mitchell Stark
Shreyas
has a
Iyer.
mountain on him.
Guys, do you think they could probably play a Sherfin Rutherford in a game or two? He's been in great form.
Sheffield
He's been
Rutherford, a lot of promise.
play.
A lot of promise.
He actually replaced Hetmeyer in the West Indies squad.
Hmm.
Hetmeyer is not getting a place because he's been playing really well in for the West Indies in the Australia series as well, and for the first time he's been playing well for internationally as well.
Right.
So maybe his confidence is very high, and he can bowl a couple of overs as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Sherfin Rutherford.
Sheffield Rutherford's a good look. I think he might. I think if I think he's brought in as a backup to Russell, if I'm not wrong. Right?
Yeah.
So if Russell blows cold, then I think you'll have Sheffield Rutherford coming in. Only thing is, my only thing is, like I'd prefer to have the team bat like like all the players bat one position up, because I think they should just go hammer and tongs like with Russell. I mean, like you have obviously top four: Phil Salt, Venki, Shreyas, Rana. Rinku should come in at 5. I think he's good enough now to come in at 5. I think Russell comes in at 6. The earlier you send Russell, as in the earlier you send him 14, 13, the more he'll give you. At least that's what I feel. Because you send him too late, and he's not a 20 off 10 kind of guy. He's not. You're wasting him if you're giving him 20 off 10, right? He's a guy who can give you 80. He can give you 70 off 30 at 6.
30, 35.
Yeah. That's the kind of guy Russell is. So I mean, if you play him at 7, you're gonna waste him. And the problem with bringing Manish Pandey in is it pushes Russell down to 7 or a Rinku down to 6, or that's the only thing. Which is why in my team that I've chosen, I would have a Ramandeep Singh at number 7, right? Only because I need somebody to just come in and play 5-6 balls at number 7 if I need, right? And then I'll substitute him out and bring in Suyash Sharma as my impact, right? That's the only reason why I would go for that player over a Manish Pandey. Yes, Manish Pandey is more caliber, but Manish Pandey, only see him coming in if, say, Rana has a bad season or Venki has a bad season or something like that. Then I would see
2 down.
Manish come in at 2 down, and probably you'd have Rana going up the order, whoever, Venki, whoever, right? That's the only thing. But I think spin bowling stocks are always good with KKR. Kolkata is gonna turn. They're gonna make it a turning pitch. Kolkata,
Yeah.
only the reason why people expect Kolkata to do well is because, I mean, if you look at any team that goes to the top 4, usually that team needs to have a very strong home whatever leg of the two,
Yeah.
right? They need to win at least
True.
5-6 games out of the 7 that they played,
7.
right? And you expect KKR to do that. You expect KKR to do that, which I won't. I don't know if I'll say that about Rajasthan Royals. I don't know if I can say that about a maybe Gujarat Titans. I don't know, but definitely you expect KKR to do well in the home leg, which is why I would see them at least making top 5, top 6, for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot will depend on Iyer as well. Venkatesh Iyer as well. Undoubtedly, Shreyas Iyer will have to perform, but I think Venkatesh Iyer is an impact player, is a match winner. We've seen
Sanchu left, but yeah, Venkatesh Iyer definitely impact player, match winner. He
Yeah.
has the skills. He's just not produced the goods, and that's very unfortunate. Like a guy of his
Someone
caliber.
needs to talk to him and realize he has to realize his potential.
Right.
He hasn't been playing the same cricket, but still he he's a intimidating character on the field.
Right.
You bowling to a 6'4", 6'3" batsman in stance like that, he could hit you anywhere,
Yeah.
wherever he wants, if
Yeah.
he has the confidence.
Right. And I mean, they also have, in case the foreign wicketkeeper thing doesn't work out, they also have KS Bharat. KS Bharat,
They have Gurbaz as well. They have
Gurbaz as
Gurbaz
well.
as well. Good
Gurbaz is there.
option.
Yeah, they have options. So I think it looks a decent side, looks a good side. See them challenging for top four.
Yeah,
Let's move on to our next side, which is SRH. Oh,
SRH.
SRH, what a team! By the way, one of our viewers, Shay, who was also there with us last time. I think it's his team. This entire section is only for you, Shay. And he's one of the most critical. He's actually an English cricket fan.
Oh wow.
And yeah, he's very funny on Instagram. He does these car rants about Sunrisers, about English cricket teams. Very funny. But yeah, this is for you. Sunrisers Hyderabad broke the bank for Pat Cummins, brought in the foreign contingent of Sunrisers, themselves can form an 11. Like it's that good. Like they can challenge international teams. Right? the the foreign contingent is so strong. They've traded in Shahbaz Ahmed. They bought Pat Cummins, Travis Head, Vanindu Hasaranga, an absolute steal of 1 crore for Vanindu Hasaranga. Crazy. You got Sundar is there, Marco Janssen is there, Fazal Haq Faruqi is there, Janssen, Glenn Phillips is there, Aiden Markram coming off another SA20 victory. Abdul Samad is back. They've brought in Jaydev Unadkat, which I don't understand. Akash Singh is there. So all in all, the names, Sunrisers last season, names were looking good, but finished last. And you didn't expect that at all. Like I look at Anurag, I want to ask you because you're the resident Hyderabadi in this chat.
I would, continue. I have a lot of things about SRH, man. A lot of
Sure,
things.
sure. Man, embarrassments this team management has given us the fans is innumerable because first thing in the auction, I'm pretty sure they lost a track of what players or what foreign contingent they're trying to buy. Second thing, I think they took this particular speech of Rajnikant very seriously, where he suggested them to buy better players using the money. I think Maran went berserk after hearing that. Third thing, they didn't even give a chance to Aiden Markram to relinquish his captaincy by himself. They went on to the news live and directly told that Pat Cummins is going to take the center stage. I think that was very bad from them. They should have let Aiden Markram step down himself because now I'm pretty sure he's not going to be in the playing 11 as well. My four foreigners would be Travis Head, Klassen, Phillips, and Cummins as the captain and the bowler. But again, the local bowling is lackluster. I have Jaydev Unadkat, Umran Malik, for which the team don't have clarity. If you remember the last season when people were asking Makram, what about Umran Malik? He literally had his hands like this and said, I have no idea. And Washington Sundar, only good with the new ball. Can he perform in the latter overs? That's a question again. Yeah, that is where they'll have to look into. When does Vanindu come back? When does he strengthen our bowling? When does he complement Pat Cummins in the lower batting as well? Yeah, these are the questions to be asked.
So basically, I genuinely think that they could have, qualified or win this IPL if they would have stopped buying players after a certain amount of time. Because I genuinely think they'll be wasting Aiden Markram, they'll be wasting Fazal Faruqi,
Yeah.
they'll be wasting Marco Janssen, man. 6 feet 8 inch bowler,
Yeah.
21 wickets at the World Cup, could tonk the ball. If you remember the England innings, he was
70
striking,
odd, right? 70 odd. he scored.
man,
Yeah.
in I think 30-40 balls, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Huh? And you not, and I genuinely think they could there might be some matches where they have to bench Glenn Phillips, because and to be honest, I'll be benching Travis Head for match 1.
Wow.
Because I genuinely think I need Klassen, Phillips, Cummins, and maybe Hasaranga or a Markram. And don't take me wrong, but I think that Cummins is the has to play because he's the captain. But Marco Jansen is a much better T20 player than Cummins at this moment of time. Also, I heard Harsha is Cummins tired. He hasn't been taking any rest.
Yeah.
If and he just reached Hyderabad last day. He doesn't even know about the team. He just has a couple of days to gel up with the team, and he has to make the team. At least Markram had an idea. He's a wonderful captain. He was a wonderful captain, and you know, they released Brian Lara as the coach after a failure of one season. So that is
But
also great.
it was a debacle though last season. And,
A lot of Krishna, I think IPL is that kind of a tournament.
yeah.
Chennai were last two. They finished last, and then they came back winning the
Right.
cup. Obviously, we don't have to compare. There's MS Dhoni, and there are different kind of things, but they could have done a little better. Still, if they're able to, solve their four foreigners problems, and then I think this team has wonderful potential because there are so many stars. If Mayank Agarwal performs or Abhishek Sharma performs, then you don't have to play Travis Head. You could easily play Hasaranga. You can fit in Hasaranga. You have to play Klassen, Markram, and Cummins. And still you can't play Phillips, man. It's very difficult.
See,
Sorry.
whatever way you select the foreigners, you're gonna be benching a star. Whatever
And
way.
Phillips,
Yeah.
I could pay 1 crore just to watch Phillips field. He's such a great fielder. He could keep. He's taking 5 wickets in a test match
Yeah.
against Australia and New Zealand as an off spinner. So you could see his potential, man. He's a star doing the batting as well, and most probably he'll be benched. So that is the ironical part.
I see the problem with Sancho. I wanna I mean, you're back, so I just want to get you into
Yeah.
conversation. Like the problem historically for Hyderabad has never been actually the foreign contingent. It's always been the Indian contingent because not because they have a lack of quality. It's just that they've not either the management has not backed them enough, given them enough games, and they've sort of completely made a mess of it. Like where they've kept changing, kept making different whatever. Last year, Umran Malik didn't get a lot of games. They've benched Mayank, brought him back. Vivrant Sharma got a game. Sanveer Singh got a game here, there. Like there's always move. It's so Sunrisers is a team that's always in motion with respect to their playing 11, right? They're never sure, and they never because of this particular such you have a huge contingency of players to choose from, and all like you have at least 20 players that can make the playing 11, right? Getting set on a proper playing 11 that can carry them through the tournament, I would see is like they have basically a problem of plenty. Like they have this issue of who the hell are they going to
Exactly.
play in their 11 because they have enough people to pick.
I think that's their strength and the weakness as well. The overseas player, they'll find it very difficult. I think, as Kushagra mentioned, I'm also a big fan of Phillips. I won't pay 1 lakh for watching field, but yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of him. He's a match winner. Certain players that make the impact in the pressure moments in the big matches. Again, I will never leave out Phillips if I have him in my team. So they'll have a hard time deciding between Klasin, Markram, and Phillips. They should, go with Phillips in the first 1 or 2 games at least. And there's no chance that they are going to make the playoffs. But if they do, in case they do, Phillips should play every game of it. Every game, the playoffs.
Interesting.
So I think,
We'll see it.
yeah, that will give them a big headache. Talking about Indian players, again, the bowling looks decent, not very good, not very bad. They have Umran Malik, power pace. Then they have Natarajan, who is a decent death bowler,
Hmm.
decent wicket taker as well.
Movies
They
there.
have Bhuvi as well, got the experience, got the swing with the new ball. So I think they are not much. They won't be much worried about their bowling. I think the main headache would be deciding between whom to play among the overseas players. And yeah, Mayank Agarwal has to perform this season. Otherwise, I don't see him playing more IPL, man.
True.
I think Mayank Agarwal is a very interesting, like just in general, it's a very interesting. It's a curious case of Mayank Agarwal because Mayank
Yeah.
Agarwal has scored runs in heaps in Ranjis and whatever in domestic seasons, like before, like leading up to 2019, 2020 when he was in the Indian team for an extended period of time. He had scored a lot of runs. He was not getting in. right? They had been sitting. He's like kind of like Sarfraz Khan in a way where he had not been getting a lot of opportunities, and then suddenly he comes in and becomes this whatever stalwart player. He had a very good run with Punjab Kings. He was very good for Punjab Kings in this initial first 2 seasons, right? But Mayank Agarwal, off late, his stocks have dropped, right, significantly. So much to a point that you're not even sure whether you're going to open with Mayank Agarwal in this lineup, right? Because the problem with keeping both Abhishek and Mayank, because you have to play Tripathi, the problem you can't, with assuming Head will play, you can only play one of the two, and both of them
Yeah.
are terrible at number four. But you want to play one of them at number four so that you can play both of them, right? But also you have
Yeah.
Phillips. You also have,
Yeah.
a
Markham.
guy like Klaassen will
Mark-
come in at five. Markram is also there as an option. So,
Yeah.
like I mean, realistically speaking, Anurag, like, would you play both Mayank and Abhishek, or would you just drop Mayank?
See, first thing, Travis Head does not have great T20 credentials, so
Mm-hmm.
it will be a risk if you ask me if the team wants to start with him.
Mm-hmm.
So probably I'll have foreign batsmen at the end contributing rather than them opening. So let me go with both Abhishek and Mayank opening, and let Klassen and the others do the job low down.
But isn't
And
that
you will
what?
include Tripathi as well. You're including Tripathi
Absolutely,
at three.
yes.
I think that will be my starting 11 as well.
No,
Yeah.
but isn't that what they
36.
tried? That's what they tried last time, right? They went with the Markram, Klaassen, Phillips, right, at whatever 4, 5, 6 or whatever,
Mhm.
and then that didn't work out for them. And then Harry Brook was kind of in and out, right? Fazal Haq
But
Faruqi had to kind of was in and out as
but
well.
Krishna, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I don't think Phillips played all the matches.
He
Brook
didn't play
played
all the
most of the
matches,
matches,
right?
and he was the floater.
Right.
But now Phillips is in a different form, and if we're and Klassen wasn't the same player uh, that now he's performed in India as well. So Klassen, Markram, and Phillips would be still a very lucrative or a very attractive option
See,
for me.
the two sure starters are Klaassen and Cummins in the foreigners.
Yeah,
The two
yeah,
sure
definitely.
you can't
Yeah,
Klaassen
you
you
can't
can't.
drop. You cannot
He
drop.
was the only thing that worked for them last season, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Klaassen has to play. Cummins has to play, right? So between Travis Head, Markram,
Hasaranga,
Phillips, Hasaranga, yeah,
Hasaranga,
Hasaranga is anyways out for the first game. Jansen, between
uh,
these four, and Fazal Haq Faruqi also, who is decent, but I don't think he'll start. So basically, Jansen again, whether Jansen plays is a big question mark. Whether
I
Travis
don't
Head
see him
plays,
playing a game.
but I don't know. I think Travis Head will probably start because they also want a bit of spin, right? They get a bit of spin from Travis Head, right? Um,
Yeah.
but they get from
Everyone in
Phillips as well.
SRH can bowl. That is not a problem. Markram, Phillips, Hasaranga, or beat Janssen, everybody could bowl. So that is
Abhishek.
not a problem. Abhishek, man. Only Mayank Agarwal and Rahul Tripathi aren't bowling. They
Right,
should bowl as well.
right. I think one other point I want to come to is Natarajan. So Natarajan has been injured for a while. He's back. He's looking good as per reports. How big of a season does Natarajan need this time?
I think this is a make or break season. Keeping in mind the mega auction next year, the players who haven't been performing since the last 3 to 4 years have to perform this year because they'll be, released then. And we
Right.
haven't seen the best of Natarajan since the Gaba Test match. Maybe
Yeah.
I haven't seen the, any performances from him, but still, you know, he has a lot of potential, and Bhuvi has been doing well.
Yeah.
So and there needs to be Cummins or a senior player who needs to talk to Umran Malik. We still have to save that bowler, because otherwise he'll be destroyed in another year or so if he keeps playing like that only. So maybe if somebody could talk to him, then Umran, Bhuvneshwar, and Natarajan is a very good Indian core, and with Cummins and all those spin bowling options, they have a balanced unit, to be very honest.
I want to actually coming to the spinners. I mean, I will Umran Malik. I think the issue with Umran Malik is not that. I mean, yes, he's young. He's gonna be a little wavery here and there.
Yeah,
He needs to be backed. I think that's literally it. With
yeah,
Umran Malik,
he
he
needs
needs
to
to
be
be
back.
backed and just told that, hey, listen, we're gonna play you for the entire season, come what may. We'll give you the entire season. Just do well for us. We're with you. Like that, they just need. And Sunrisers is not historically known to do that. That's the issue. That's essentially the issue. The issue with SRH has never been that they've had a lack of talent. They've just lacked the management skills and the ability to just put faith in players in especially over the last 3 years when they've stopped qualifying for playoffs all of a sudden, right?
Exactly.
Right.
You give any player who needs to be back, give him the yellow jersey and then see him perform.
Exactly.
Ah,
You
yes.
see, Ajinkya Rahane, we saw Ajinkya Rahane, scoring 29 ball
Tushar
centuries.
Deshpande played for Delhi Capitals in
Come on,
2020 and he
man.
was the highest wicket taker for Chennai Super Kings last year. The
Yeah.
impact player, purple cap holder, man.
Yeah.
There's this
Huge
vibe about
difference.
that yellow jersey, that whoever dons it,
Shivam Dube
he's
was
gonna
about to
perform.
lose his form, his side. He wasn't performing in the Syed Mushtaq as well, and now he's one of the main players to be considered in the T20 setup
Right.
in the World Cup. Man,
Right.
Like,
One.
Thala for a reason.
can you even imagine, Ajinkya Rahane scoring runs in Delhi Capital? I just cannot even imagine this thing.
No, he would have scored runs, but you should see his strike rate, man. He wasn't Ajinkya Rahane. He was
Yeah,
Suresh Raina 2009 last year.
exactly.
One last point on Sunrisers before we move on. Sundar, Shahbaz Ahmed, Samad. Okay, these three are will probably maybe one or two of these players will fill in your 6 and 7 spots, right? Um, Washington Sundar has been kind of out of action for a while, kind of getting back into it. Shahbaz Ahmed has been traded in. There are reports of Shahbaz Ahmed making the starting 11. There are a lot of people are saying Shahbaz Ahmed will play in the starting 11 at number 5, number 6. But Shahbaz Ahmed historically has not been a great batsman. He's not been a very. He played for RCB for a while, coming at number 7, would score a choppy 15, 20 here and there, but very rarely. Sundar also has not been very. I mean, he's not been amazing with the bat for any. I mean, any IPL franchise thus far. Um, there's not. I don't know what is there to choose between Sundar and Shahbaz. Only besides the fact that Sundar can bowl in the power play.
I think they would start with Sundar only. Then again, it's hit and trial. If Sundar, fits in, he performs,
Right.
they'll continue with it. Then otherwise, I think they'll give chance to Shahbaz and
And do you guys see Samad starting or playing as an impact player, or you think they'll bring in somebody else?
I,
Like,
I I think Samad will be there as an impact player.
okay.
He just hit a Ranji Trophy 100 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, potential, can bowl a little bit of leg spin as well.
Right.
So till the time Hasaranga is not there, you get a leg spinner with Mayank Markande.
Mm-hmm.
If he bowls a over or two. But
Right.
he has to bowl if he's playing. Otherwise, you could play Shabazz. And I remember, I think it was season 2020. Shabazz really played well with the bat, and that is why he got selected for the Indian team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's been playing well, and he's a good left arm spinner. Also, he could bowl in the power play as well. Not the first over, but he used to bowl the third or fourth over for RCB. I remember that. So that is a like for like replacement for Sundar as well.
Right. No, I mean, but I mean, the reports are saying they'll both play together, which I think you're wasting a slot if you do that. But
Then Samad will drop out.
yeah, Samad will drop out. But
Yeah.
I think Samad, you need somebody to give you that whatever 15 ball 20
Yeah.
30 finish, right? Samad has been he's been identified to play that role, but he's not done it
He has been
consistently,
playing.
right? That's the issue. I think Markande. I think this is the last point I wanted to touch on. Markande should play because he had a good season last time. They need that leg spinner. They need the Indian wily, wrist spinner. Markande was excellent last season. He was probably the best spinner by far, right? Markande should probably play. I think between him and Samath, they'll probably switch the impact player rule. I think that's what they'll probably look at. But yeah, I think last before we move on, SRH, where will they end up?
We'll start with Anurag. Your favorite team.
Sixth.
Please,
6th. Okay, interesting.
please be a little confident about your team, man.
probably
Krishna
I
knows
would
which team I
say,
support. So
Krishna,
I
you
think
you
number 8.
yeah, Sanchu. Oh, nice.
Number 8. Okay.
Krishna, you.
It's a tough one, man. I don't know. I mean, see, the thing is, the likelihood of them having a similar season as they did last time is very high, and the likelihood of them making the playoffs with this level of selection conundrum is a little low, I feel. So I think probably 7, 8 is what I foresee, which is a little out there. But yeah, and Shay is gonna hate me, but I think 7, 8.
And I think there could be a miracle, and Pat Cummins could bring his luck with him, and they could lift the trophy. I'm backing them to make it to the playoffs for
That's
sure.
that's also
SRH.
possible. That's also possible.
And
That's the freaking problem.
Well,
I've
I
been
will.
I've, See, I always believe, when Gujarat Giants did it, any team could do it, right? So maybe let's see. That is the magic of IPL.
Right, right,
Yeah, let's see, man.
right. Yep.
But no.
Hyderabad. Moving on. Bengaluru. By the way, Royal Challengers Bangalore is no longer Royal Challengers Bangalore. It's Royal Challengers Bengaluru.
Bengaluru, yeah, just
Bengaluru, yes. Kannada fans are very happy. I am also half Kannadiga, so but I don't support RCB, and I keep hearing people telling me to get out of Bangalore, go to Tamil Nadu because I'm a CSK fan. People keep telling me, but I will not. I never take it to my heart. I understand the passion. One of the most loyal fan bases in the world for any sports team, best fan bases, coming off a women's Premier League victory, going in with yet another hopeful Isala Cup Namde year in 2024. Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Let's look at the squad. We have Faf du Plessis again returns. Virat Kohli comes back after a while out of action. Dinesh Karthik. They've brought in Cameron Green, traded in Cameron Green. Glenn Maxwell is back. Siraj is there. Akash Deep is there. Vaishak Vijay Kumar, who was pretty good for a while. They've brought in Tom Curran, Alzari Joseph, Yash Dayal, Lockie Ferguson is there. I mean, there's a lot happening with this team. Reece Topley is back, which is good to see. Mayank Dagar has been traded in. Lots of stuff to consider here, but also lots not there with RCB. Like, what do you reckon, Anurag? Yeah, right. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Right. Hmm.
Only the bowling that's going to disturb everything. Whatever plans they have, it's going to go wayward if with this kind of bowling lineup. So in youngsters, I can see
Vaishak Vijay Kumar, Himanshu Sharma, the leg spinner, he's there. You've got Mayank Duggar as well. Um, Yash Dayal, you've got options there. Right. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, I think they have the parts in the batting lineup. I think batting lineup looks pretty decent, but it looks pretty good. Cameron Green, I think, will probably play at three, if I'm not wrong. I mean, they'll probably look to get Cameron Green at three. Playing him at six would probably waste him because Cameron Green succeeds a lot more at number three than he does at number five. Number six, you're wasting that slot. Patidar will probably have to move down. Max will come to five. Dinesh Karthik at six, and then that number seven slot again they have either Mahipal Lomro or Anuj Rawat, Prabhu Desai. Like again, they're still looking at these players, right? At number seven, but the bowling again very lackluster. But again, also like Akash Deep is coming off a good test match. Siraj, Siraj will do well. Yash Dayal was decent in 2022, and then in 23 he got smashed by Rinku Singh, 5 sixes, didn't really come back after that. But now new franchise, new whatever hope, an energized RCB with WPL win. Um, I don't
smaller
know,
ground.
smaller ground, whatever. Like, I think the key here is again Chinnaswamy Stadium. How will they negotiate Chinnaswamy Stadium? They've had better bowling lineups in the past. They've had Mitchell Stark, they've had Dale Steyn, Praveen Kumar, Zahir Khan. They've had much better bowlers in the past, and they've still struggled to defend 220, 230. You know, with this bowling lineup, I mean, are they like let's like 250, 260? Like, is that even possible? That looks. I don't know. I mean, you can. It's possible. It's very possible. I mean, it's not a very good bowling lineup. And then look at. I mean, Yuzvendra Chahal was a huge impact for them, right? Humongous. And the amount of wickets he would get in the middle overs, the amount he would contain, his impact. Now look at your options: Mayank Duggar and Karan Sharma for your spinners. I mean, you're still and you still need Glenn Maxwell to give you 4 overs. You still need Cameron Green to give you overs, right? So I think it's like there's still a lot of question marks around RCB, and I think this is probably one of the worst sides they've put up in an auction, because I mean you look at like 2016 Shane Watson, Yuvraj Singh, they had players like of that caliber, right? And they had they had Vinay Kumar also had done really well for them, right? This team, I don't know, just looks very meh, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I think again, yeah, bowling's gonna trouble them. Experience, there's no lack of experience in the team.
Right.
Lukey Ferguson, he's a wicket taker. I think they'll be utilizing him in the middle overs. Mohammad Siraj, I like him in the death bowling. He has performed well in the death. I don't think they'll be going for 250, 260, but yeah, I think spinners are gonna trouble them because I don't think they'll play Mayank Dagar in the first few matches.
Okay.
They are gonna go with Karan Sharma, who again is not a very impact bowler,
Right.
a regular wicket taker.
Right.
So I think bowling's gonna trouble them. I think, and one thing is Cameron Green they might play in the opening as well
Mm.
because Virat Kohli would be playing at number 3 in the World Cup. So he might try his luck again here at number 3,
Possible.
and they might rope in Cameron Green as an opener with
Hmm.
Faf du Plessis.
Yeah, true.
They also have Will Jacks, who's an option, who's a big hitter of the ball.
Yeah.
They can also look at Will Jacks to open the innings.
Hmm.
That's a good option that they have. I want to
Then
ask.
again,
Go ahead.
yeah, then again they have a finishing problem.
Yeah.
I don't think Dinesh Karthik has got that in him now. He's already 38, more than 38. Last
The
season we all saw,
yeah.
how he performed. Mahipal Lomror again, very dicey.
Right.
So yeah, the finishing looks very bleak and very Glenn Maxwell. I think they can play in the middle order, 2 down or 3 down maybe. But then again, finishing looks very bleak.
In the
Anuj
auction,
Rawat is there.
in the auction when RCB went after Alzari Joseph for 12 crores, I was just losing my mind. Like,
Yes,
what
that was very surprising,
what is
man.
happening? Who does that?
Yeah.
Who go what? Alzari
Alzari
Joseph,
Joseph.
12
What was the
crores.
motive behind it, man?
12
Yeah.
crores. Alzari Joseph. Okay, I understand you didn't get Daryl Mitchell. You didn't. I think Daryl Mitchell was the previous, or somebody a big, no, Pat Cummins was the previous whatever name that was auctioned. They didn't get Pat
Yeah.
Cummins, and they were saved
Mm,
by Sunrisers because they didn't have the purse to get
exactly.
anybody else if they had bought Pat Cummins. And then because they didn't get Pat Cummins, suddenly panic and get Alzari Joseph, right? I want to ask you guys, fast bowling. Okay, so Faf will play, Cameron Green will play, Maxwell will play, which leaves only one overseas slot, which has to go to a bowler, preferably a fast bowler. I think that's the only options they have, which is, and you have 4 options there. There's 4 options I think. What? Reece Topley, Tom Curran, you have Alzari Joseph, and you have Lockie Ferguson. Only one of these 4 can play, right? Now, Alzari Joseph went for 12 crores, but is he the best option of the 4? Probably not. Lockie
No,
Ferguson gives you pace. Is he a potential option? Maybe. Tom Curran, definitely not. He eats up a lot of runs. And then you have
no.
Reece Topley, who's a swing bowler who has done well, who did well for them last year in the first few games, right? But then again, very susceptible to injury. So like,
Yes.
who do you see playing out of these 4?
Well, I would go with Reece Topley personally.
Mm-hmm.
He's a wicket taker. They need wickets in Chinnaswamy.
Right, right,
Otherwise, you'll be going for 250, 260 again.
right, right.
Then I would go with Reece Topley over Alzari Joseph
Mm-hmm.
any day.
Right, right. No, I too would probably pick Reece Topley because historically in Chinnaswamy, if you look at bowlers who can swing the ball at pace have done well, at least initially. Like
Exactly.
Josh Hazelwood was that guy for them in
Yeah.
2022, right? And not having Josh Hazelwood this time is a huge miss. But Reece Topley, I'd say is the best like for like in these 4 than
Yeah.
an Alzari or a Lockie or Tom Curran. So yeah, I would probably go there. And then I
And
think,
I think
yeah,
Siraj will have to lead from the bowling attack.
right,
Siraj will have to lead, will have to take wickets in the early matches,
right,
so that they can get some momentum into the later games.
right, right.
Siraj is a big player for them.
Yeah. So and I think your impact, so your impact player is going to be. I think Karan Sharma will come in for that Lomro or Suyash Prabhudesai spot. Whoever goes out there, Karan Sharma will probably come. And if I mean I don't know, they might look at Duggar though. I think Duggar has a lot of promise.
He,
And they did. I think they do see him as a potential.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
long
why
term.
I think they. How many matches did Shahbaz Ahmed play in the last IPL?
Um, I don't know,
I
maybe 10, 10, 11.
Yeah, so
don't remember.
they've traded him for Shahbaz Ahmed.
Right.
Might get in some games in case Karan Sharma doesn't perform. I think they'll first play Karan Sharma.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Anyhow, leggy, more chances of getting wickets. So
Right.
let's-
I think who's your Indian pacers you'd go with Siraj? I mean, you have Akash Deep, Yash Dayal, and Vaishak Vijay Kumar as your options.
I think with Siraj will go with the Akash Deep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Akash Deep
Same
also gives you a
Akashdeep.
bit of batting at 8 also. So I think they probably,
And he swings the ball as well.
yeah,
He swings the ball as well, has decent pace.
right,
But I so when we started this conversation about RCB, Anurag was talking about 250. I don't see their batting also scoring these amount of runs,
right,
because Virat hasn't been playing, and to expect to him to strike around 170 180 would be unfair,
right,
because it's not his game, right? And Fab du Plessis hasn't been didn't do well for in the SA20, although he's a consistent performer. But to score 230 to 40, you need a strike rate of around 200.
right,
And again, you know uh, the price tag of Cameron Green has been undermined, because we have been seeing Stark and Cummins. He's been still traded for
right,
18 crore rupees. And if he sees bowling, I don't see him succeeding at the Chinnaswamy, because he's a bowler like Marcus Stoinis,
right,
and Marcus Stoinis used to give a lot of runs.
right.
And as far as DK is concerned, not too sure. Playing a little games, and Rajat Patidar is not in great shape as well. So it's all the dependence is on Glenn Maxwell to score those runs. It's hugely dependent on them. And
Yeah,
Anuj Rawat it's a good player, but seven number is not a position for him.
yeah,
So we'll have to see, man. It's a very, very, very scattered 11. I don't see them performing, well this time. It's
yeah.
a badder team than last year,
Hmm.
I think.
Then Anuj Rawat also is an opener. No, how can he play it? He's more
Yeah,
of an opener.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think,
He's an opener only for Delhi. Has been opening for
right,
so long, and he's a middle order batsman in Ranji Trophy,
right,
not in the white ball cricket.
right.
And if we, and Lomror played well for RCB at 4 or 5, if you remember,
Hmm.
not at 7.
Right.
It's difficult for him to replicate those performances, and you'll have to succeed in every match, because you will have to score 220, 230. They don't have the bowling to defend 200, to be very honest.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Pretty quickly here now to
So guys, I mean, where do you see RCB finishing
oh
this
yeah,
IPL?
RCB finishing bottom two.
Bottom man.
Bottom 3.
Yeah.
5 or 6, I would say.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Just because I'm an RCB fan.
Ah, they're always there,
All the
man. They
best,
always show
man.
up. They always show
All
up.
the best, man.
Yeah. RCB. Yeah. I think that's about it on RCB. Let's move to Mumbai Indians. The Mumbai Indians bolstered a lot of action, a lot of buzz around the Mumbai Indians. I'm very excited to talk about the Mumbai Indians. Just just get that up here. Yeah. Mumbai Indians. Hardik Pandya, the new captain, Rohit Sharma ousted from captaincy, right? And look at the Jasprit Bumrah's back, great, amazing. Akash Madwal was incredible last season, and you have now what Mumbai Indians always loves and needs is their foreign fast bowling contingency, which they have got plenty of now. They've got Madhushanka, Behrendorff, Nuwan Tushara, they've got Gerald Kurtzia, they've got Romario Shepherd as an all-round option. I mean, this team is looking incredible. Yeah, Behrendorff is out. Who's coming? Look good. Okay. So, I mean, but they've got Nuwan Tushara, again, another Malinga like player. Madhushanka is also out, if I'm not wrong. Madhushanka is out. Huh. Right. Right. And they've got Mohammad Nabi also in there, which is a good option for them. And then Nehal Vadhera, again, another find for them. Tim David is back. Tilak Varma has been in good form. Ishan Kishan needs a big season. Surya Kumar Yadav is there. Brevis is there. Piyush Chawla, Kartikeya. I mean, this team looks incredible, man. What a team. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Kumar put a story today of a heartbreak, and it was his NCA test today. So maybe he's failed the test, and he actually has failed the test.
Correct.
So he'll be preparing for the test again tomorrow. So we'll have to see if he passes the test or not. He'll be a big miss if he misses the tournament.
He's sure to miss the first match at least.
Yeah, he's sure to miss I think a couple of matches now because he's been delayed
Right.
Oh,
with the yeah
that's a big blow, man.
yeah.
That's a big blow.
So, but I think, but they still have an adequate backup in Nehal Vadera, I think, at four. So I think they'll be fine.
But I was thinking that Nehal Budera would have been there even if Surya was there
Oh, okay.
as an impact. I think they still need another batsman if Surya is not there. But yeah,
But since, I mean, the thing is, they have such a strong Indian contingent that they can even now play a Mohammad Nabi and make up that
yeah,
spot,
yeah.
right? That, and you can drop one fast bowler or drop Romario, and then you can play maybe an extra Indian spinner or an extra Indian quick. So they have those options. They have a lot of flexibility, which I think is what makes them like a strong contender. For me, I think I'm gonna call it. I think they're gonna win the title.
I at the auction I wondered and I decided that MI will win the title. They have the best team to be very honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even I backed them to win the IPL, man.
yeah. I mean, it's been a while also now that they haven't won. And I would they struggled with Jofra Archer not being there for a while. Bumrah was not there. Their team was a little iffy in the last 2-3 seasons, but now Mumbai is roaring back. I think it'll be very interesting to see how Mumbai handle the whole Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma conundrum. One thing that Mumbai Indians has always lacked, especially with Rohit Sharma, is his batting. Like Rohit Sharma as a batsman with Mumbai Indians has not been good. Let's be very honest. He's been very poor.
Yeah.
The only reason
Maybe this season.
he survived at a Mumbai Indians is because of his captaincy. Now his captaincy is not with him, and he had a great World Cup. So how is Rohit Sharma going to manage now as a batsman in that team? I think that's going to be a very interesting like thing that to look out for, because now his cushion of I am the captain is no longer there, right? And Rohit Sharma, I think anything less than a 500 run season is a poor season for the caliber of Rohit Sharma. Anything less than 500, 450 run season is very, very lousy for a Rohit Sharma. So how, I mean, he has to deliver. I think it's important. It's going to be super important to Mumbai Indians, especially with Surya Kumar Yadav missing out a few games. Ishan Kishan also now out of central contracts, and he's had disciplinary issues and all that. Rohit Sharma, the onus and responsibility on Rohit Sharma to lead with the batting is going to be huge.
Hmm. I think Rohit Sharma will be the one of the batters of this season. He hasn't been performing since the last 5 years, and if I ask any individual in this country what is the exact reason, nobody has an answer.
Hmm.
Why? I think his average is around 24, strike rate is 125. There
Right,
are only 850s in 5 IPLs.
right.
Only 850s.
Rohit Sharma.
And but I genuinely think he has the motivation because
Right.
he's the motivation to score a lot of runs this season. And even if he replicates the strike rate he was playing, in the World Cup, I think he'll be an amazing batsman to,
Hmm.
Don't
at this.
forget last T20 international that he's played.
Yeah, he scored 100. Yeah.
Right.
I'm backing him to be one of the top
Yeah,
scorers, and I want him
he'll
to
be
be the
all
top
guns
scorer of
blazing.
this,
He'll
and
be
with a
all
good
guns
strike
blazing
rate,
this season. Yeah.
because he was wonderful in the last Test match also in England versus England. So I'm backing him to be one of the
Yeah.
top scorers.
I
Finally,
think he'll perform well this one.
yeah.
He'll be 500 plus runs this season, and Mumbai is going to lift the title. No way.
That's a quick prediction.
Yeah.
I think Rohit Sharma. See, the thing is, Rohit Sharma does well for India in T20 internationals, but for
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians as a batsman, he's not done well. So I think I'm not scared of like whether I think whether Rohit Sharma has a bad season with the bat is inconsequential to whether he'll do well for India in the T20 World Cup,
Hmm.
right? But
Yeah.
Exactly.
but for Mumbai Indians to mount a good challenge, I think Rohit Sharma as a key player. Hardik Pandya, I wonder what his role will be this season because um, he's been out of action for a bit. Uh, Whether he will be more of a finisher batsman at five, or whether he'll bowl more overs, I'm not sure. Like whether he'll bowl full four overs, I'm not 100% sure. Whether Hardik Pandya will, and also given that now you have another thing is that Bumrah is also coming back, right? You have the option to rest, to give Bumrah maybe a few less overs in order to preserve him, and
Yeah.
give more overs to a Madhwal, to a Kurtzia, right? To a Piyush Chawla, to whoever, and you have the option of now taking the workload off of Bumrah as well. Now that
Hmm.
Hardik Pandya also is there. So Hardik Pandya, you can share overs between Hardik and Bumrah or whatever. So they have all these interesting options, right?
Hmm.
Who are your two foreign quicks? We'll go around the room, like that you're going to start with, because Mumbai always does that. So,
We can start with
I
Anurag.
think number one would be Kochi.
Hmm.
Number two,
I mean, you have Nuwan Tushara, you have Luke Wood, and you have what the other one? You have
Tush- uh, Madhushanka, and we
Madhushankar.
have uh,
Madhushankar is not
Madhushanka
there
is,
for the first two games. Yeah,
we have three options: Luke
right.
Wood. Yeah.
Nuwan Tushara and Madhushankar. Yeah. I think probably Nuwan Tushara though, right? I think
I
Nuwan
think,
Tushara.
Yeah.
yeah, they can go with Nuwan Tushara,
Just took a
Madhushankar, and
hat trick against Bangladesh very recently.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Malinga kind of a bowler, and Malinga is also there.
Right,
They
Hmm.
like those kind of bowlers,
right.
Mumbai Indians.
Also, do you think sorry so they have the option of Shreyas Gopal as a spin option as well
Yeah.
in case Chawla does not give them
Hmm.
the big season that he gave them last time.
Hmm.
They also have the option of Romario Shepherd. You think Romario will
Hmm.
start?
I
No.
don't think Romario will start because their spin contingent is quite weak. Piyush Chawla, expecting the same kind of a performance from him would be a little unfair.
Right,
Till the time their fast bowlers are injured, they could easily fit in Mohammad Nabi, and then
right,
it would be a decent spin attack.
right.
Although on Wankhede, bowling an off spinner, that's a different thing, but he could tonk the ball as well. So I would start with Mohammad Nabi, not Romario.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Mohammad Nabi
Yeah.
at four. That I think Mohammad Nabi gives them a lot of flexibility with the spin, and
Yes.
also Mohammad Nabi is not a number six. He can't play at number six. He's a number three, number four. So if you have to
Hmm.
play him, you'd play him for Surya or Tilak or somebody. You play him in that role and bring Tilak down to five or something like that. You'd have to do that.
One more thing, the only bad thing happened to Hardik Pandya and Gujarat Titans was his six hitting ability. So I was looking at a stat. Normally, I'm not a very huge fan of stats, but I was looking at a stat before he joined Gujarat Titans. He was batting at number six for Mumbai Indians, and his strike rate was around 180.
Right.
Was hitting a lot of sixes in the death, but his number of sixes declined because he wanted to compensate and consolidate at number three or number four. We don't need that from him.
Right.
We need the sixes from him for
Right.
India.
Right.
We need a couple of overs and at number six. And also, if he tries to come in at eight, number four or five, that would disturb the balance of Mumbai Indians.
Right.
He has to be there at number six or number five, not earlier than that.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
that
I
should
think
be
he'll
his
be
role.
coming at number six only because that's the
That
role
would be
he's
the
been.
best. I think that would be
Yeah.
the best for the team and for him and for India as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think since they have all the bases covered, he has to play a like and like role like Cameron Green because they have lost him. So
Hmm.
you'll need to play the big man role. You'll have to
Hmm.
bowl few overs and tong those big sixes. So Hardik, that's where my Hardik Pandya comes in, captain as well as tong those huge sixes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's on Mumbai Indians. We all predict. I think we are all pretty much in unison that they will most likely win the cup. And
Yes.
we are now moving to my favorite team, the
Our favorite team.
our favorite team, the defending champions, five-time IPL champions, looking to lift another one, the sixth title.
Sorry, guys, you are not winning this time.
Sixth title.
Guys, we need a new winner in IPL as well. That would make the tournament more interesting.
Yeah,
Please.
I mean,
I think we should sit with the auctioneers, next time
looking
for
to
RCB.
MS Dhoni's Chennai Super Kings, and man, oh man, I am so excited about Chennai Super Kings this time. Like I am, of course, Chennai Super Kings. I am like the resident fan here of Chennai Super Kings. Um, Yeah, whatever looking at this, like I like sometimes you just look at the like Chennai Super Kings squad and you wonder why are you even analyzing it, because nothing changes. But this season, I mean, there are a few things like Devon Conway is not there. They've lost Matisha Patirana for like a good portion of the season. Apparently Mustafizur Rahman is doubtful, right? But look at yeah, I mean, he's coming, but again, doubtful whether he'll start the first few games. But look at I mean, CSK always has an answer. Dhoni always has an answer. Dhoni, by the way, back to Brill Cream hairstyle, which is great, right? Brill Cream 2006 hairstyle. And we've got he's bulked up. He's looking very fit, and he's apparently going to be a part of a new role as he's put out on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Krishna, I wanted to ask what could be that new role? Let us guess that.
Huh.
Because, yeah, what could be that new role according to you? Then we'll move on to Anurag.
See, I'm very scared that the new role is like him stepping down from captaincy, which is like we already know what happened in 2022 with
No, no,
Jadeja.
no,
Hmm.
that's not happening, man. That's
That's
not
not
happening.
happening this season, man. They want to lift another trophy. That is why he's the captain.
Yeah,
I don't think that would be.
but I don't know. Maybe he might come
Do
up with
they
number four
do
or
they
number
have another
five.
keeper?
Yeah,
Yes,
Avinash Rao
Avinash
Aravelli.
Aravelli is there.
Yeah, he's the keeper. Yeah,
Oh
Open the
man.
bet.
Oh man. That could be amazing.
No.
Thala opening the
I don't see
batting.
that happening, yeah. I don't see MS Dhoni opening
Opening
right
and
now.
hitting
But to
sixes in
be
the
very
power
honest,
play.
hey, there's no
I was
Conway. Thala can open. Why not?
I was thinking that maybe he could be there at three or number
No, no,
four.
no. No way he's
Because
opening, man. That would be a big disaster.
I know Devon Conway is missing the IPL, but I think Rachin Ravindra is a perfectly capable player to open the batting. I think
Yeah.
that is a blessing in disguise for them because then they can easily play Darren Mitchell also now, and I think Rachin Ravindra and Ruturaj Gaikwad could be a clear combination. I think one of the best opening pairs of the tournament.
I hear with Rachin Ravindra, like there's one. I mean, I know I've been talking about Rachin Ravindra a lot on the stream, but like one thing about Rachin Ravindra is, yes, he had a great World Cup, and he's been good for New Zealand in the last like whatever few months. He's been opening for New Zealand in T20. My
Yeah.
only thing is, will he handle IPL well? That's the only question. Like whether Rachin Ravindra, because Devon Conway's caliber in the IPL is very tough to match. Very tough
Yeah.
to match. Devon Conway reminds me of Michael Hussey, for CSK.
Hmm.
Kind of like that player. Can Rachin Ravindra do that? Also, how much of Rachin Ravindra's bowling will you need? Like Daryl Mitchell will probably come in at number four, right? That's definite. And at number three, you have the option of Rahane. You have the option of even like guy like Samir Rizvi. They've paid 8 crores for,
Ah,
right? They've
amazing
so
talent.
they've got options there. But like I think my only question is how will Rachin Ravindra fare? Like that's going to be interesting. How will Daryl Mitchell fare? Both of them newbies. Daryl Mitchell has not had a good record in the IPL so far. He's played with I think Rajasthan Royals for a few matches. I think he was a part of KKR or RCB if I'm not wrong.
RCB.
RCB, huh?
He was a part of RCB?
Yeah, one of the seasons he was there, like early
When,
on,
man?
like 2021 or 20 or something like that. He was a part of RCB, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, they have that option, and I think Shivam Dube, Jadeja, Dhoni will fit in. They'll fit in. What will be interesting to see is again one more huge thing. Shardul Thakur is back, guys. Lord Thakur back in CSK.
Shardul Thakur is Sir Richard Headley under Thala.
Shardul Thakur is back. He had a very poor outing with Delhi and KKR.
KKR.
So I think it's going to be an important season for him. Deepak Chahar also has been kind of coming back from injury, right? So how will Deepak Chahar fare? I think so. There are a few injury concerns, a few like question marks as to like who will like whether people will be back in full form. I think that's. But again, you always expect when Tala is there. They say when Tala is there, there's no need to fear anything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few
So
pointers
See, I
here,
think,
Krishna.
yeah, please,
Let me go
Anurag,
first
please,
if
yeah.
you don't mind.
Yeah.
No, please,
yeah,
please,
Yeah.
please.
right.
So CSK has had probably the greatest auction they've ever had. First thing,
Wow.
you get three players within 20 crores is bonus. A guy like Shardul Thakur, Daryl Mitchell, and Rachin Ravindra inside of 20 crores is, oh man, gold dust.
Mm.
Second thing, it's a blessing in disguise that Conway is injured, unfortunately. Rachin gets his opportunity to get into the squad, get into the mix of CSK, play under Stephen Fleming and MS Dhoni, get into the culture of Chennai. That way, if Rahane and Ruturaj can open, let Rachin Ravindra settle in at number three and try to rotate amongst the others. Now comes the foreign players. I have Daryl Mitchell obviously as a starter. I would love to see him hit sixes down the ground in the V especially. I would have Rachin at number three, then Tikshana and Santner. Man, why would you leave out Santner in every IPL? I don't understand how they miss him out. But this time Santner has to play. I don't mind Fizz sitting out, but Santner has to play. The fast bowling is going back to the Lord Shardul and Deepak Chahar combination, and they both become a batsman when they are playing lower down order as well. So that is settled. So the only issue would be if Patirana or Fizz can come back and how they would settle into this great 11. We also would like to see if Thala can ensure that Shivam Dubey becomes the greatest death bowler. If that's possible, yes or no?
Mm.
Not
So
happening.
you mentioned Rachin at three. So who do you have opening with Ruturaj?
Rahane.
Um,
Rahane. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
hmm,
Yeah.
hmm.
That I
That
think
could be
Rahane
okay.
Rahane can play either at three or two. I think it's fine.
I think.
Either way, it's fine. Because I mean, you're still expecting Rahane to go after the bowling like he did last year. You don't want a 120, 130 strike rate. You'd rather have him getting a 200, 300 run season but 170 strike rate than him getting a 500 at 120. Like
Exactly.
you want that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is for sure. I
very
I
true.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna fit in Samir Rizvi in the midst of all this.
Maybe an impact sub.
Yeah, but I mean, the batting is so deep. Like, how, where, how? I mean, like, you're gonna have to sacrifice a bowler at some point. Oh,
Maybe he won't play.
hmm.
I think Krishnappa Gautam didn't play
Yeah,
when he was sold for 9 crores
right,
or 8
Hmm.
crores.
right,
He just and he had to field a ball and he dropped that catch for 8.5 crores.
right,
That was the only role he played in that season, and CSK won that season. I remember.
mm. Yeah, yeah, 2021. Yeah,
So
I
they don't mind spending a lot of money and even then not playing that player.
correct.
Their mindset is actually very different. That is why they're the most successful team of this amazing tournament.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Sorry, Sanshu, I want to ask
Yeah.
you. So you
Yeah.
have the options of Tushar Deshpande. You have Mukesh Chaudhary also coming back. He had a good 2022 season. And then you have Santner and Teekshana as your spin options, foreign spin options. Moeen Ali is also there. We forgot about Moeen Ali. He's there
Yeah.
in the midst of this. How do you see CSK's bowling lineup?
Well, the only weak point that I see in CSK's team is their bowling part only.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, batting, I don't think there's a much of an issue. Rachin Ravindra is, one of the greatest buy in the auctions. I think Rachin Ravindra for 2 crores, gold dust. Then again, Daryl Mitchell for 14 crores, another smart buy. So the batting, I don't see any issue. I see only one issue in their team, that is, bowling. Shardul Thakur, you have Deepak Chair. Death bowling, I don't know who's gonna be there in the death bowling. Shivam Dubey, there's no chance in death bowling. So I think they'll be, they might have a hard time, during their death overs. Let's see how Thala manages it. If Thala is there, everything is possible. But I see a big issue with the death bowling with CSK.
Guys, do they have an express fast bowler?
Express. No, but CSK has never had an express pace guy.
Not express. They have this Mustafizur Rahman. He has some
Patirana.
speed.
Patirana is there.
Patirana is
Patirana is.
missing. Na? That is
Patirana,
the reason I wanted a
Patirana.
replace. I wanted a replacement for Patirana because he did extremely well last year.
But Mustafizur
So,
is the only option. But again, Mustafizur is doubtful. So we
but I
don't.
genuinely think Mustafizur would prosper under Thala. I am damn sure about that.
Yeah, he will. He'll do well.
He twists his arm
Right.
when he bowls that left arm cutter, na? And
Right,
that
right.
would be beneficial in
Right.
7 matches in. I again say that 7 matches in Chennai, 1 match in Lucknow, 1 match in Delhi. already 9 matches.
Delhi is not going to
Uh,
happen. No, it's Vizag though.
नहीं बट अच्छा दिल्ली चेन्नई तो वहाँ हो गया नहीं बट 5 देयर आर मोर मैचेस व्हिच आर
हाँ हाँ.
to be scheduled in Delhi after Vizag.
अच्छा.
After the 21 matches, na. So there are 5 matches which will be happening in Delhi. So
Chennai will
let's
play
see.
in Kolkata also. That's also another one. But again,
Yeah. So
Kolkata's
10
equal.
matches are there already.
Kolkata's equal because they also have good spinners. We also have good spinners. So,
Yeah.
so
So
no,
about Mustafizur, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah.
I think, but one option also I was actually kind of thinking about is in case both Mustafizur and Patirana are unavailable, I think they'll have to go to Tushar Deshpande because Tushar Deshpande, like he was expensive last season, but he bowled a lot of his overs in the death and he picked up wickets. So maybe they might just look at Tushar Deshpande as like the impact sub to bowl in that death overs whatever time period.
But I forgot Mukesh Chaudhary is there. I
Okay,
totally
Stark.
forgot. Mukesh Stark is already there. No, they have a good bowling lineup. They have Mukesh Stark. I totally forgot about him.
Mukesh Chaudhary, Mukesh Stark, whatever you want to call him. Mukesh Stark, by the way, I think next year will probably go for 28 crores.
Maybe 28.
Mitchell Stark's younger brother, Mukesh Stark. But yeah, CSK looking good. Any last thoughts? Where do they finish?
Mumbai Chennai final, man, as
Mumbai Chennai
usual.
final?
Same prediction, man. Exactly.
I want them to
Mumbai
follow the
Chennai.
pattern of finishing last then winning, finishing last then winning, so that small teams like us can prosper as well. That is the only thing, or law of averages, which can beat them. Otherwise, Thala wouldn't finish because that's a wonderful team. I just want to satisfy myself by saying that it's a law of averages, or they won't win again. But it's very. I think they have a stronger team than Mumbai Indians as well. If we see their bowling, and especially they're playing at Chennai. If they're not playing at Chennai, then there's a different thing. But
Right.
their team is so beautifully made around that ground. So I think that is the reason they've been doing so well.
Right. Is this MS Dhoni's last season? Every year we ask the question.
Absolutely, man. He's done.
He's going to retire at
peop-
Chennai.
Yes.
Well,
With the trophy.
I
Is
would
the
say
final there at Chennai
It has to be
this
no?
year?
Because CSK won last time, so has to be.
So that
he might play one more, man. He might play one more. Looking
As a
at the
captain?
fitness level.
Uh,
Yeah, as a
people-
captain, of
peop-
course. He'll play as a
people
captain.
want to see him, but it totally depends upon him, and it's his body. But he looks, man, his muscles are way bigger than last year. So
I think CSK. Here's the thing with there's a saying, right? Chennai fans will happily have MS Dhoni behind the stumps in a wheelchair at 90 years old. Like
I saw this.
Exactly.
yeah,
and
yeah.
he'll
They
still have the
will still
biceps.
win, man. They
And
will
still
still win.
taking the reviews.
Yeah, he'll still take it. Obviously, we'll have it. I'm telling you, we are like Dhoni. Like we worship him, so we will definitely have him. So I think concludes the show. Before actually, I want to ask you guys. So just summarize your top four. Who are your top four for this team with this points table?
Okay, so I'll go first. Mumbai, Chennai, Gujarat, and number 4 would be, I think, RCB.
Oh wow, okay.
I said number 5 for RCB, but I would go with RCB for
Okay.
number 4.
True RCB fan, spoken like a true RCB fan. Anurag,
Mumbai, Chennai, Gujarat, and Rajasthan.
okay, and Kushagra.
Mumbai, Rajasthan, KKR, and I'll have to choose between SRH and Chennai.
Okay.
What about Rajasthan, man?
नहीं राजस्थान I told राजस्थान है SRH Delhi नहीं sorry Mumbai and Chennai and SRH just because I want a new winner, although I know Chennai is the strongest, but still there is a sense of hope in me that we'll get a new winner, man, sometime.
I think CSK, Mumbai, Rajasthan are pretty much lock. I think we're forgetting Lucknow also in the midst of this. Lucknow will probably challenge there.
Orange cap, yes. Cap, no.
No, but
But
Lucknow
Rahul-
in top four.
But Rahul is in the middle order. I think they won't be able to challenge the orange cap as well.
Okay,
now.
perfect.
Rahul is in the middle order now. Yeah.
But by the way, we don't know whether Rahul will actually play in the middle order. I mean, this is something we are expecting. Because
Actually, Harsha Bhogre also told that there are inside sources that he wants to play at number 4 or number 5, and that is the reason they traded Devdutt Padikkal, so that he could open.
I mean, but I think even if Rahul has to open, I don't think it's a big deal because Padikkal comes at 3 and Huda will come at 4. So
But he didn't do well at 3, na. We need to give him that freedom of playing. At
No,
the top.
Padikkal, yeah. Padikkal has to open.
Open if he has to play.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Particle
but I
has
mean,
to.
you can still manage with particular teams.
Yeah,
I'm saying, yeah.
managed to weaken. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think I don't know I think it's CSK, Mumbai, Rajasthan, and then between Lucknow, KKR, and
Sunrise and
SRH.
Sunrise SRH. Yeah.
Yeah, one of these
So
three will
D,
make it to the
and we are not counting GT.
GT. I don't know GT. I feel they'll have a good season, but they'll kind of just because of the inexperience and whatever they
GT
might
has
just.
got match winners, man. They are rowdy players. I mean, they will win. I mean, they will be in top four. That's
So
my
there's only
prediction.
one team or two teams which we guarantee that they won't qualify. That is DC and Punjab, right?
Punjab.
Punjab,
DC Punjab, yes.
And
DC
and there
Punjab.
goes the dagger in my heart again.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I have to experience. Man.
Punjab, though, I think like every season you can put in writing that they won't qualify. Like,
But I saw a lot of people commenting, and admins of Cricket Tracker, they believe DC will qualify, man. How positive they are in their lives. They're so happy in their lives. They're so optimistic
yeah.
about DC. But I'm using the reverse psychology. I think DC will finish last this year.
Man, I live in Delhi and I've watched, like 8 or 9 IPL games in Delhi. None of them was won by DC. None of them. So
Let's see.
I've stopped going now.
Yeah. I think that concludes the stream. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks to Anurag.
Yeah, thanks,
And thanks
man.
to
Welcome,
Kushagra.
man.
Thanks to Sanshu. Before we leave, where
Thanks,
can
yeah.
we follow you
Thank
guys
you.
on Twitter, social media, whatever?
So, guys, you can follow me on Instagram. It's called Kushu Talks Cricket, and I rant about my favorite teams. And yeah,
Okay.
that's about it.
Great channel. Great page. Go check it out. Anurag, where can we follow you?
I am only on Twitter as the obvious mad lad. I've pasted it in the chat window. You guys can follow me on Twitter.
At the rate obvious underscore madlad. And Sanshu, where can we follow you? Can we
Well,
follow you?
I don't have any, I'm not, posting regularly on that page, but India Cricket Talks is the page.
Okay.
So you can go and check out the last post must be maybe 1.5 years back. So yeah, anyway, I'll start posting again, I guess.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining today. Had a lovely conversation with you guys, and
Yeah,
may the
guys.
best team win.